You by Subway Eat Fresh. And happy Thursday to you. It's 7:29 right now. We'll get your forecast coming up in just a second. But right now, let's get some headlines.
Big news. I have some important news for you.
Interesting news.
It's Blake and Darren's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Brought to you on Kiss FM exclusively by J. Michael, Fashion for Everyone. Good morning, Sandy.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
We are good. What do you got for us this morning?
All right. So we have got more businesses being broken into yesterday morning, right before we went live. In fact, there was a little shop, the K&A convenience store located in Georgetown, right steps away from the courthouse, had their store burglared. A man went in there and helped himself to some of their things, smashed out their front window, their front glass door. And so they're now asking for anyone who might be able to identify him. They did have cameras inside that actually the quality is not too bad. If you can identify him, please have a look at those pictures on social media and see if you can help them out. Okay. Canine Baron. I know a lot of people want an update on this situation. So far, the vet report is that he likely died. This was the police dog, you might remember, that was being, sort of babysat by an officer while his primary handler was on holiday, and he died in his care. The vet told the court during the first day of the trial, Police Constable Timothy Monroe, that the dog likely died of a heat stroke. So such an unfortunate situation. But Timothy Monroe is being charged with cruelty to an animal after the Ombudsman's office submitted a file to the DPP's office. So that trial continues, and we'll certainly keep you guys updated on where it goes.
All right.
4 men have been arrested in relation to robberies. So at least this is some good news. There has been a spate of robberies recently, and the police said that they've nabbed 4 men that they say are responsible. They've got a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 29-year-old from between Boddentown and Georgetown. They're currently on police bail, and they have a range of offenses, including robbery and drug-related offenses as well.
Well,
and in case
good to
you
have that
noticed,
update.
Sorry?
Good to have that update.
Yes. I mean, stuff's going on. In case you haven't noticed, it is hot out there, and there's a reason for it. Apparently, on Tuesday, that was the hottest day recorded on Earth since at least 1979. So the global...
Actually, it says the planet is the hottest it has been in about 125,000 years.
I think, since we've been around for sure.
So Tuesday, you're right, was the hottest day, Earth's hottest day on record ever.
Ever. Oh, okay.
Earth's average temperature was about 63 degrees Fahrenheit, which sounds nice and comfortable, but not in all parts of the world. It needs to be cold, obviously, in some places.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, stay hydrated, stay inside if you can, stay cool, and just drink lots of water. And I mean, you'll have to pay CUC to stay cool, but hey, it's worth it. You don't want to get a heat stroke.
Absolutely not.
All right, there's our unit headlines.
Thank you, Sandy. See you tomorrow for the Friday headlines.
All right.
The weather, by the way, it is.
All right. Good morning, everyone. 1 second. Okay, give me 1 quick second here. We're going to get this show started. Good morning to everybody. So good to see you guys. All right. About 10 seconds left.
Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio. We are still spilling the tea and committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
Come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman, live, direct, it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful people. How are you guys doing? Happy Thursday. I'm having to mentally think about what day it is today, because a holiday always throws you off a little bit, right? You're always like, what day is it? Well, it's Thursday. So happy Thursday to everyone. Hope that you guys are sliding right through this amazing and beautiful week. We got one more day. Ooh, if you've had a rough week, you're thinking like my daughter. She's like, when is the weekend here? She is ready for the weekend, only because she's got a play date coming her way. I don't think she's had a rough week. It's just that she's excited about, I get to have a play date. So there you have it. So, wow, so much happens in the space of 24 hours, folks. I tell you what, never a dull moment. I had my phone blowing up all day yesterday, and it certainly didn't stop because nighttime rolled around. It continued to blow up. And even this morning, I had a person call me about how they were attacked in their home by some crazy lady in the neighborhood who was trying to hurt a little boy. I think the boy might be her grandson or some connection, but she was physically going to harm this child. And he actually ran to the neighbors to get some help. And because an elderly, senior neighbor tried to intervene, the grandmother came into her house and assaulted her. If I showed you guys the wound on top of her head, you would not believe it. This is the madness. I'm like, is there something in the water? Is there some kind of like madness in the air? What on earth is going on in Cayman? Well, we're here for it. And of course, we're going to be reporting it for you guys. By the way, the camera's back in session. Hopefully I'm looking a little bit better today than I was yesterday. We got our regular camera back. Praise the Lord for that. Hallelujah. So let me just grab one thing here, and then I'm going to tell you guys what's been shaking and what's been going on. Oh gosh, hold on one second here. All right. So most definitely a lot happened since yesterday. And of course, one of the things that has my phone blowing up is a situation that I'm going to get into. So I've got to do some explaining, and boy, where do we begin? That's almost like asking how deep does the rabbit hole get? Sometimes you just don't know how deep the rabbit hole is. Before we start, and I can see that my head is cut off just a little bit there, so let me make a little bit of an adjustment. I could squat, I suppose. All right, before we get started, let me go ahead and say good morning to everyone. Good morning, Miss Vernita. Irvelyn is here. We got Wee Wee. We got Dean. We got Gareth. He says he's here early this morning. Miss Morna is on YouTube instead of her usual Facebook. We have Olivia, Vicky, Jim says Ada and Bale. Yes, honey child. Damien, I'm going to have Renee check the story because I feel like it was actually the hottest on record as Blake said, but she said since 1979. So I'm going to have her double check that. Charlotte, good morning. Damien says next aliens are going to attack us. It's listen, at this point, I'm here for it. I'm like, anything could happen. I don't know how we're going to fight off the aliens, but get your laser beams or something ready for it. Nathan, Alejandro, Damien, Miss Iva. She says, good morning to my lovely classmates. Lanny is here. Good morning. Miss Andine is here. KK, coming to you. Miss Sonia. Oh, you're watching from the UK. Taking a little vacation or what? Nice. Okay. Yes, Evelyn, it's madness. KK, try to behave yourself. Felicia, Stephen from the UK joining us as well, saying good morning to everyone. All right, so I think I got everyone. Good morning to Miss Bonnie as well. Okay. Wow. How do I even preface this conversation? Well, let's just start with the cool hard truth as we always give it to you. You guys know how this is. Not every conversation that I have is a comfortable one. So you guys know that there are a lot of things that make me uncomfortable. There are a lot of things that don't make me uncomfortable because it's just a cold hard truth, and so I have to discuss it. There are a lot of things that some of you would rather me not discuss, and I still am going to discuss it. I pride myself on being a fair person. I really, really do. And I know that once back in the day when we got started, a lot of people questioned my impartiality because they didn't always know what was happening in the background. So there are times when people would be like, oh, if this was your family member, you wouldn't have nothing to say. And I was like, ooh, honey, chill. Little do you know, I've featured my own sister before. One of my sisters, I've got multiple sisters. I've featured my own sister before. That particular one had borrowed money from people, didn't pay it back, and she showed up on this long list of people. And, to this day, her daughter doesn't speak to me because, oh, that's your sister. You shouldn't have put her up. And I said, oh, are those the rules? Because the rule is I'm impartial regardless of who you are. I put up nephews, cousins. It doesn't matter. A lot of y'all may not have even made the connection that last week before last, we were talking about Jaren. Jaren is my cousin. And it doesn't matter. I have to be impartial with what I do, right? We call people out from all walks of life on this show without, as they say, fear or favor. So I had a nephew last week in my inbox. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about Jaren. That's your cousin. And I'm like, and? The only question is, did he do this? The man said he did it. The man provided all the evidence. It is what it is. Why am I going to exclude somebody just because they are family? Well, there appears to be an expectation that will happen. And I should tell you that if you have that expectation, whether you are my friend, my family member, whatever, you unfortunately are sadly mistaken. And if you didn't get the memo before today, y'all are going to get the memo loud and clear today. Because unfortunately, I'm in a position where I have to talk about a situation with my own sister that I would rather not have to talk about this, right? I've got other sisters calling me. Oh my God, this, that, next thing. Listen, one sister said to me, oh, she makes us look bad. I said, No. Let me be very, very clear. She not making me look bad because this ain't got nothing to do with me. She's making herself look bad. And I don't care how much you try to sugarcoat it and what the situation is. She is making herself look bad. This has nothing to do with me. I want to be very clear. The only reason it has anything to do with me is because I'm the host of this show. And so, unfortunately, I have to talk about it a little bit. Oh, Lord. I don't even know how far to go back with this family drama. But one thing I know for sure is that family drama, everybody has it, no matter how much, you look inside and you think that people have these perfect families. And I can assure you that they don't. There's always some sort of mix up in families. There's always one person who just puts the families to shame. You're lucky, I suppose, if you only have the one person in family, because oftentimes you got a whole bunch of idiots in your family who are constantly putting you to shame. And there's nothing that you can do about it, because as adults, you can't control other people and their behavior. So let me lay a little bit of foundation work. So I want to explain to you guys, because I want y'all to get up in your feelings, because I'm not going to get in my feelings about my family. Yes, they are the family nucleus is broken. I have talked about it before, and it's broken for a variety of different reasons. It is one of the reasons, folks, why I waited so long in life to even really contemplate having a child. Okay. Because I don't want my daughter being exposed to madness and crazy people. That's somewhere along the line, you have got to be willing to break the cycle. And in order to break the cycle, you have to recognize the defects in your own family. Oh, I recognize the defects in my family, and trust me, a lot of it is just pure ignorance from one generation to the next. But you know what you know, and you know what you've been raised with. I had a little bit of a saving grace, and that's why, despite the fact that my relationship was very, very challenging with my aunt, and she was a challenging person in her own way, and that was not an easy journey, the one thing that it gave me was exposure to something else. And for me to understand that in life, you can make better decisions. You don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. What do they say? That's the very definition of insanity. You can change the pathway of your own life. Yeah? It's not going to be easy. That's why when I talk to young people and they talk about the chaos and the dysfunctionality that they come from, I say, okay, young man or woman, I understand you. I know where you're coming from, but I also know that you have choices to make and that you can change. You don't have to stay in it. You don't have to. And the difficult thing is sometimes it actually means cutting people off. And that hurts when you have to cut people off. But if you have to do it to protect your own sanity and protect your own peace and to give you a fighting chance in life, then you do it. Okay? And so this is some of the difficulty for the family that I've grown up in that is very, very dysfunctional at all levels. Some people have achieved more, perhaps professionally, personal lives are a little bit more stable than others. And then some just live in constant chaos. And there are times that my brain, I'm like, listen, I don't even want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's just madness. But when these people are out in the streets doing their foolishness, they don't understand. And they're dragging other people. And I'm going to tell y'all how I'm being dragged into this in more ways than one. They don't understand how it does impact you and how other people are looking at you like, oh, Jesus. You know how many messages I got between yesterday and this morning about my sister? And this mess that she has herself in again today? It ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's why I always say to people, when you're out there no matter what you're doing, whether you're a politician in bad behavior, you're out there molesting people, whatever, you end up in the court system, you end up in the community, people are talking about you. Yes, they're going to talk about your family too. Now, I know most of y'all don't even care about that part of it. Y'all don't care about your families because these people who are out there doing the most, they tend to be very selfish people. And they're only concerned about their own narrative and their own situation. And I have done my best to put distance between myself and the chaos, right? I don't go to people's house. I don't sit up in their living room. I don't message them asking them any personal questions because I honestly do not even care. I don't want to hear the drama. Okay? I'll be honest with you. I'm that family member that most people only messaging me when they want a favor. That's okay. Want money? Want me to call out somebody? Whatever. I'm that family member because I'm not in the mix. I've had first cousins stop talking to me because they were always messaging me about their man problems and copying me on the emails when they send the man about, oh, you better pay the bills. And I know you're standard. And I say, I say, hello. Stop including me in these messages. I don't care. And I tell them straight up, you're older than me. Why am I even in this? Can y'all sort your business out? And then people stopped talking to me for years. When they were calling on the radio station, cussing out Filipinos because they thought he was with a Filipino. Yeah, it was actually a Spaniard that he was checking, but whatever. They got that wrong, so they were cussing out Filipinos. And I stepped in. I said, let's be fair now. You can't get on the radio and cuss out a whole category of people because your man cheating on you. And what you're saying about these people is not true and it's not fair. People stop talking to me. And you know what? Ask me if I honestly care. You have to have broad shoulders. Even before CMR, I had to have broad shoulders because I'm surrounded by crazy people. And a lot of them are family. So I get to choose friends. That's why I only have, it's like the finger licking good. I only got 5 and I don't need no more. Acquaintances, they're on the peripheral. And a lot of them I like, but I'm not getting too much into the drama. I keep my circle very, very tight for a reason. Family, they're even further out, most of them. There's 1 or 2 exceptions. Most of them are even further out than acquaintances because they have more drama and I'm simply not interested. I'm not here for it. Now, when I started CMR, I said to myself, this is a small community. I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers and I'm going to upset some people. But the one thing I have to make sure that I do is I remain fair and impartial no matter who it is. That is the premise on which this platform operates. Okay? Don't make no difference if you're my friend. Is Cece here today? You know what Cece said to me one time? Sandy, if I get in trouble, I get arrested, you gonna put me up on Mall Road? I said, yep. I said, Cece, the best I can do for you as someone that I really like is I will try to find the best photo I can of you. Make you look good at least. Make you look pretty. But if you go out there and get yourself mixed up in stuff and it becomes Mall Road news, what you expect me to do? I can't give you a pass. There are very, very limited situations, folks, where somebody gets a pass and it has to be something extreme. And normally they call me and they explain and they give a backstory. And sometimes you give people passes, you're trying to give them a second chance and you recognize they're going to waste that opportunity because y'all just love drama too much. All right. Yeah, I can, somebody say the best photo. Yeah, I can make y'all look good if I can help it. In fact, y'all be hiding your photos and your social media now when you do stuff. Don't hide, because I can find one that make you look all jacked up. Just send me your best shot. Send me your best photo. And then, at least you look good, if nothing else. A couple of weeks ago, now y'all know my sister Carmelie. She's the eldest of 3 children from my father and my mother, and the others are step siblings. So y'all know I related to half of Cayman. All the Rockets are siblings or nieces or nephews or whatever. Rocket came from Jamaica, married my mother, had children, decided he didn't want to stay Cayman, left her with these children. Okay. My father, and I'm going to give y'all the cold hard truth. Y'all know I'm not sugarcoating nothing. My father, apparently the story goes, would see my mom walk into one of her 5 jobs, because she always worked a lot of jobs, hardworking woman by all accounts. And so he would give her a ride, and next thing you know, something else was being written. This is how I guess things happened back in the day, honey chill. Somebody gave you a ride, you start talking to them, and next thing you know, they work their way into your life. And she had 3 children by him. Those are the only 3, the other 2 are the only 2 full siblings that I have. Yes? Oh, it's a lot of confusion between the groups, right? I didn't have the luxury of being raised in a single household where everybody was together. It was fractured. Primarily because my grandmother felt a way that this man, Uric Solomon from Boddentown, came and got with my mom. Maybe she thought, oh, he took advantage of her just because she needed a ride. He didn't have to ride her in other ways. I don't know. And she always had a little issue with the 3 of us. Never really liked us, to be honest. Thankfully, the one good thing my father did was he sent me to his sister. So I was removed from a lot of it. I left young enough where I didn't get too exposed to the craziness. But I do know the family dynamics. And it's quite unfortunate because, there shouldn't be anybody that you could go to bat for more than your own siblings. Siblings should be the best. They're like your team, right? God gave you a team built in. It should be your siblings. Anybody messing with you in the playground, you got a sister or brother, they're going to be the ones who are going to go and thump down somebody for you, beat somebody up for you. That's what siblings are supposed to be there for. They help you in the bad times, the good times. They're riding with you 24/7. Unfortunately, that's not the case in this family, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to the situation. Now that we're adults, I think some of us have recognized that whatever generational issues that other people were imposing on us, we need to try and set that aside and move past it. I think for other people who are more emotionally vested in the drama and they have memories of individual situations that have put a wedge between them, they might feel a way about saying, you know what, just leave that aside. Life is too short. It's so sad. Like I said, I'm thankful that I don't have really any of those memories that I can pull upon because I left when I did. But at the same time, I do have some memories of the chaos and the dysfunctionality. Yeah. I remember when I first came back to Cayman, my aunt Adonia, a lot of you guys know her as Topsy from East End originally. She was always the one who was kind of there trying to help out siblings, trying to help out nieces and nephews, and different people through the years would like stay at her house. And when I first moved back to Cayman, I actually stayed with her for a little bit until I could get myself sorted out with a job and get on my foot. And, she was always that person. And I'm going to tell you guys, as an adult moving back, I was surprised that certain things came to my doorstep, my footstep, I should say, that demonstrated to me how broken this family really is. Here I am coming from abroad, right? I'm thinking I'm going to get a clean slate because I don't really know these people. I mean, yeah, they're my family, but I don't know them. I haven't been here for 15 years and I left when I was a child. They don't have a relationship with me. So goody, we're going to start afresh. No, honey, child. You don't get to start afresh. You get to carry the baggage of other people, of your parents, that you had nothing to do with any of that situation. You get to carry the baggage of your older siblings who have been rude and cursed people out and went to reform school and did all this stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me, but other people in the family are going to somehow hold that against me and judge me. It has nothing to do with me. It ain't me. I'm different. I'm my own person. But these are the struggles. People are going to judge you based on what other people are doing, right? To have a family member sit down and start bragging about, because she raised the first set of kids, oh, well, you know, this one went to university and this one can drive in the States. I'm thinking, so? I have a first degree. I went to university. I can drive in the States. Is that like a big deal here? The small-mindedness of Caymanians is shocking to me. And I had to sit there and listen to these regressive conversations out of respect, really, because y'all don't know me. From day one, I'm like, listen, don't, BBC, don't talk no foolishness to me because I'm really not in the mood for it. But, you know, Caymanians. Sandy, just be respectful. This person's an old lady. I don't care if she's an old lady. If she's full of hate, can I not call her out on it? No, Sandy, you just keep your mouth shut. I said, really? So you're going to take me to visit people and be tortured by their hatefulness, even within this own family, creating strife, right? And trying to, you know, in a devious way, come at me. You're back now, and you got university. Well, that not nothing. This other one got a degree, and she know how to drive Miami. I was like, woman, I don't give a. Why are you saying this to me? I'm like, I don't care. What does this have to do with anything? I'm not here for that. It's not a pissing competition. Right? I'm only here because Aunt Adonia brought me to visit you because I haven't seen you in 15 years. Can you at least pretend that you like other people in the family? And then to have another half sibling come running in because, oh, they heard you got a little job at Maples and Calder. Oh, don't take the job. When they find out that we're siblings, they gonna get rid of you and don't, you know, they're not gonna give you a scholarship to law school. I was like, wow. Your own siblings have so much hate in their heart for you, so much jealousy, so much misinformation, so much over what? This is what happens when you do not raise children as one, regardless of who they are for. Huh? When you allow your families to be fractured, this is the outcome. I'm like, this could never be me. Even if you have a bag of children, you should raise them as one to have each other's back. Nobody should be jealous of the other. This isn't a competition. You're there to support each other no matter what. But early on, I saw the truth. People not always happy for you in life. And sometimes the very people that are not happy for you in life are people called family. It's so sad. Huh? So you know what I do? I distance myself. Trust me. One thing y'all should know about me, in case you haven't figured it out, I have a gift for cutting myself off from people. And I don't actually care who you are. If I see that you don't mean me no good, and you're not capable of trying to have a genuine and real relationship, then that's okay. We're good. It is what it is. No hard feelings. Let's just keep it moving. You can't choose your family, but you can choose whether or not you're going to allow them to be in your life. You don't have to accept the dysfunctionality. You don't have to accept them. You don't have to have a relationship with them, none at all. And it's not about being disrespectful. You see them in the streets, you say hello. See you at the grocery store, how you doing? All right, see you later. You don't have to call me. You don't have to message me. I don't have to be up in your house. You're definitely not coming up in my house. And it's all good. Now, Carmelie. Oh boy. Where do we start with this situation? It's sad because Carmelie is the eldest of the 3 siblings I'm telling y'all about, right? So she should be setting an example for the rest of us, for me and Susan. But unfortunately, her life has been full of her own demons and her own turmoil that, in all fairness, I'm not going to speak on because perhaps I really can't understand, right? I've heard her share experiences and talk about things like when her mother went to the airport and left to go to Canada and she saw the plane taken off, how she felt that she was being abandoned. So I can't speak to other people's feelings and other people's trauma. I can only speak to my own, but I can imagine how that must have impacted her. To be a big woman in her 50s and still recalling these memories from when she was a child means that they were very, very impactful on her, right? The other day, I made a comment in jest, but it's also very serious, that I have a family member who's been married 6 times, I think. I've kind of lost count now, to Jamaicans. And, you know, our ongoing sort of joke is that it's sweet, it's sweet, it's sweet. Well, that family member, in case y'all didn't get it, that I was talking about was Carmelie. Now, I didn't say her name, but I'm saying it this morning, honey chill. And so she messaged me, of course, who the cat fit, right? So she messaged and said, "You need to stop talking about me on the radio." I didn't even respond. Is this Carmelie calling me this morning? Good morning. So she messaged and said, "You need to stop talking about me on the radio." Hello? I didn't even. Yes.
Listen, Sandra.
Yes, Carmelie.
I don't know. I listen to your show now, and I don't want to be rude in no way whatsoever. I was never, and I said it to you already personally, I was never married 6 times. So cut the fuck. Don't make me get mad now.
All right. So first of all, you're not going to get on this radio and you're not going to curse. If it's 5 times versus 6 times, oh, she's gonna call back now. Carmelie, don't use any profanity on the show. Is it 5 times?
Well, then listen to me.
No. You listen to me. Is it 5?
No,
is it
you
5
listen
times you've been
to
married?
me.
Is it 5 times?
I have not been married 5 times neither.
Really?
You need to get your facts straight.
Oh, really? 4 times?
And if I even married 5 times, 6 times, or 100 times, that don't have anything to do with you and your show. I choose to make the decision. If one not working out, make me try the next one.
Obviously.
But then you get your numbers. You are getting your numbers wrong.
Okay,
you need to
whatever.
Stop. If you
5
don't
times.
know, you need to ask the questions.
All right. So now you won't answer the question. You're saying whether it's 5 or 6, it don't matter. Carmelie, that wasn't even the point.
But it's a million. It could have been a million times.
You're missing the forest for the trees. The point of the comment that was made.
The forest for no tree.
You're gonna listen, or you're gonna be your usual ignorant self?
No, I'm not ignorant this morning, but I'm listening to you, and sometimes I don't know. You know, let me shut them out, because if me start to talk, you just allow me to talk on the talk.
You just keep listening. You just keep listening. All right.
If I start to talk on the talk.
All right. Sometimes you're better off shutting your mouth. That's true. Listen to me. Is it 5 times? Other family members might be able to tell me. Yeah, somebody said, wait a minute, I thought she was a Christian. Child, please. Listen, I don't know if it's 5 times. It's enough times. Like I said, she can't be gonna call back again. Really?
Tell me get the story straight.
Listen.
Me not stop calling until you listen to me.
Okay, George Ebanks, what do you have to say?
I'm not George Ebanks. Don't class me with George Ebanks. I'm only saying to you, Sandra, the fact is, get your facts right, especially with Kamali. Get your facts right before you start to call the name. And I know why you have this topic this morning, because of the issue with the stabbing yesterday.
Which I'm going to get to. The young lady. Which I'm going to get to, yes.
You understand? But no, you gotta get to it now. Don't stretch it out with no family history. Get to the point straight away. You understand me? And I could tell you, and I'll start from the beginning so that everybody could hear. I met my husband that I have now.
Hold on. Carmely, hold on. You're the same person who said to me yesterday that you don't want to get into the conversation with what has happened now. So you
brought it up, Sandra. You bringing it up.
I have to bring it up. No, you're not. I have to bring it up because everybody is messaging me over your messiness.
I was making the police deal with the situation.
All right. I got to call you back so you can tell your side in a minute.
And you now bringing it up.
I don't have no choice but to bring it up. This is what Carmely doesn't get. Just like the other day when she was parked halfway in the middle of the road up north side, somebody videoed it and said, I got to send this to Mall Road. And then she messaging me, oh, Sandy, somebody just took a video of me washing my car, but they got to send it to Mall Road. Don't post that up. Listen to me here today. Carmely, don't call back this phone again. I'm not answering your phone call because you need to listen. Instead of you always having something to chat and to say, for once in your life, you need to listen. Hear me and hear me good. Don't message me on my phone with no foolishness about, see, she's still calling. She can't hear you now. Head tough. Tough like coconut. That's her problem. She never listens to nobody. Listen. Don't ever message me on my phone about I must not bring up something that is in the public or someone has taken a photo of you breaking the law in this country, park halfway in the middle of the road. Oh, don't post that up. Don't even ask me not to do it because you're crazy. I'm going to treat you just like everybody else. I don't care that we have the same blood running through our veins. Do you understand me? If you go out there and get yourself mixed up in foolishness and it becomes talk on the street, then I have to address it. You know how you don't end up on Mall Road? Just like I tell everybody else, don't do ish out in these streets. And then there's nothing to go on Mall Road. That's what y'all must do. And that applies to Carmely and everybody else out here. And Dean, refresh your situation because nobody else complaining about echoing but you. So try to refresh your feed. It is what it is. So yesterday morning, let me put this current situation in context. And yes, it is important to know some of the history of it. Yesterday morning at 9:48, I'm still on the show and I get this message. Good morning. I noticed the stabbing incident from this morning has not yet been published. Provocation is a dangerous weapon. Your sister, Carmely Watson Henningham, I don't know which name is which now, but anyway, she says she's not been married 6 times, but whatever, was stabbed this morning due to harassing an individual and by lay-waiting them on their way to work. Now, I get this message as I'm on the show, and y'all can imagine that this is news to me. I'm like, what? Carmely was stabbed? Say what? I'm like, okay. Is she dead? Should I be worried? Like, what is this? And I was like, she was stabbed? Where? The person says this morning by Baden Beverage on Sparky Drive. And I said, okay. Well, this is the first that I'm hearing this. That's her still calling, honey child. The person goes on to say, I noticed from you asked the question, call her from the information and post it. And I'm like, okay. I obviously need to get behind this. Carmely, do yourself a favor and stop calling. So the person goes on. They said, I'm giving you the information because I figured that you never got it. And I said, okay. She's been constantly harassing my sister, and my sister has gotten enough. I tried to warn her to leave my sister alone, and she constantly harassed her, even went to my sister's house on Monday night. So I'm like, so your sister stabbed her? Like, I'm still trying to work out what this person is saying to me and what actually transpired. So, okay. She says, like I said, she went trailing my sister and was waiting for her on her way to work. She jumped out of the car with a kunk pounder to hit my sister. I don't even know what a kunk pounder is. What is a kunk pounder? I don't even know what that is. What's a kunk pounder? I have no clue what that is. The phone call is blowing up this morning. Morning, caller.
Hi. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Is me calling from overseas. Thank
you. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
Not too bad. This is a situation. I don't think I'm ready for you quite yet, but this is a situation with a cheating person. That's the one you're calling about?
Yes.
Not ready for you quite yet. May soon come.
All right.
I got message you. May soon come.
All right. Thank you.
All right, there. Nothing but drama around the place, you know. So, all of this is news to me. So I'm like, okay. And the person says, my sister then grabbed her by the hair, took her knife from her waist, and she got stabbed 5 times in the back and 2 times in the head. I was like, what? I mean, if some person gets stabbed 7 times, I'm thinking, oh my God, Carmelie might actually be dead now. What the hell? So they said, oh, it wasn't really that serious because she's already out. I'm like, okay. They go on to say that Carmelie is constantly accusing my sister of being with her husband, and she doesn't even realize that she pushed them into having the relationship. My sister was arrested and on bail. She constantly downgrades people on her page about marrying for convenience. When she herself did the same thing by forcing this man to marry, telling him that if he didn't marry her, that she would have her daughter turn in or down his permit. I don't even know what that's about. Told him to marry her and he could be with anyone he wants. And I'm just like, huh? You see, all of this, folks, is madness. Yeah? Whether it's true or not, this is what people out in the streets fighting about. And these are the messages all day yesterday that I'm having to receive from people. Right? So I'm going to tell you all now where the story gets a little interesting, because I don't like people calling my name in their foolishness. And don't ever use my name as a get out of jail card, because you're going to find yourself in problems. Next thing I know, the person says to me, are you aware that your sister told the police that she was there waiting for Progressives to open as she was picking up some meat kind for you? Say what? Meat kind for me? Listen to me now. This is where this situation has gone from bad and worse to worse. Do not call my name in any situation that has nothing to do with me. Nobody going shopping for me and buying meat kind, bread kind, cassava kind, vegetable kind. I don't care what it is. No, TD, not today. The only person shopping for me is the woman I have employed to assist in my household, and that's part of her job, because she knows what's in my fridge and she's doing the cooking. Nobody else can say they're going shopping for me. Do not listen loud and clear, folks. Under any circumstances, mention my name in your mix-up situation. I was really shocked and surprised to hear that somehow my name get called up in this. Now, let me be very, very clear here, folks. I didn't know nothing about Carmely being at no Progressives waiting for them to open. Here's what I do know. She's saying my name wasn't called. Well, that's funny because other people out in these streets are telling me, more than one person, about how my name was called in this situation. I don't know nothing about that. What I do know is the evening before, Carmely messaged and asked for a donation for another family member who needs, an elderly person who needs some medical items, some food items, whatever. I just need money. I said, okay. Still confused about why any of this is needed, because Cynical should be doing their job. NAU should be doing their job with this elderly person. But if the person's in need and you claim their need and you need money for that, all right. And I replied and said, what's the account number to send the money? Yesterday morning at 5-something in the morning, I got the response with the account number and I sent it. That's all I know. No conversation. Nobody not going to know Progressives from me, not me. They're not shopping for me. Carmely, I don't need no receipt. You need to try to listen. Your head too hard and you're not listening. Stop calling the phone and for once in your life, try to listen. Right? He said, she said, mix up situation, and y'all fighting over this man. Look at the man that you're fighting over and tell me how the hell that even makes any sense. What does this man bring into the table that would have women, big women? I don't know how old the other woman is. She look like she probably your cousin based on the last name. She's in McField. What y'all fighting over this man for? Another Jamaican that come to Cayman that will jump on anything. Huh? Why are y'all fighting over him? What value you think this man gonna add to your life? Seriously? Y'all are degrading yourselves and you're embarrassing yourselves out in the streets. You got stabbed. Carmely, how old are you? 51. You got stabbed 7 times yesterday. You're lucky this woman didn't have more strength. You could be dead today. You could have your children and grandchildren mourning your loss, the loss of your life, because you are out in these streets with this kind of friggin' trash. You need to get it together. I do not care who said what and whatever. The end result is you ended up stabbed yesterday and had to go hospital. Yes, the next person is arrested. Yes, the truth will come out in court some kind of way. But you know, there comes a time, your whole life cannot be this kind of turmoil. People sending around this picture. Oh, look at this ugly man that they fighting over. Oh, look at this. Look at Camly posting this on her page. You look like a proper fool out in these streets. There comes a time. Take it from me, your sister. Yes, we're not super close, but just take it from me. There comes a time when you need to put this stuff aside. Leave these Jamaican men alone. I don't care if it's 4 times, if it's 5 times, if it's 1,000,000 times. You're not find a good one yet. That should tell you something, sister. Huh? Where you looking for them? And how you going about finding them? It's just not working for you. What you need man for? They're not no good to you. Causing you stress out in these streets? Going around sleeping with people who probably your own cousin? She said, that is my problem, not yours. Well, you know what? It becomes my problem because people have to bring me your messy life in my inbox, in my WhatsApp messages, talking to me about it. And that's why I have to discuss it this morning. So it becomes my problem, although I don't want it to be my problem. She said that she need a man like everybody, just like you need a man. I don't need a man. Let me be very, very clear. I don't need a man. I choose to have a man. And I choose to have one that is not going to be embarrassing me out in these streets. And the day him start, you know what gonna happen. You get the boot. You have got to stop the nonsense, sister. You claim you're Christian. None of this behavior and this mix up. You can dress up every day of the week and go to church. It don't make no sense. This is not Christ-like. This is foolishness. When is it going to stop? Is it ever going to stop? I better open my eyes. You see, that has always been your problem. Our poor father is dead today. And that man, Kamli, can't hear. She not got no respect for nobody. It's doing the same thing over and over again. Somebody from WORC messaged me yesterday. Oh, I thought Carmely was starting to settle down. Another marriage of convenience? My God. You know how embarrassing it is to hear this over and over again? You just need to stop it. Remove yourself from these situations. She said, my marriage is not the convenience. Well, I mean, if you say so, girl. If you say so. It's just a sad situation. It really is a disgrace, and it's sad. And if you can't see, regardless of what you claim is your side, this other person got one side. If you can't see that it doesn't really even matter, right? You got stabbed yesterday. Allow that to sink in. Your life could have been lost. Would it have been worth it? Let me ask you that. The little PP you're getting from this man, or if you're getting a little $500 a month, would it have been worth your life? Huh? Would it have been worth having your children put you in a box and cry over you and then lower you 6 feet into a grave? Would it have been worth it? What sense does any of this make? Seriously. And then I am forced now to get up this morning, read more messages again. Oh my God, I heard about your sister, this and that. If y'all see the flooding of my inbox. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Your closest family members this morning messaging me saying 100%. Thank you, Sandy. Somebody need to tell Kamali we're sick and tired of it. Your children are sick of it. Your grandchildren are sick of it. Your siblings are sick of it. Probably even the Jamaican men you're dealing with are sick of it. Make these people go and do whatever, right? You stay out of it. It literally breaks my heart that I even need to have this conversation this morning. See where she gone? Tell them to kiss her, you know what? That is the Carmely we know now. Christianity gone right out the window. Yeah. People who care about you, you tell them to kiss your you know what. That is you, Carmely. That is why we're not going to expect no better of you. You're not going to do any better. And so for the record, we are going to move on. Yeah. Carmely will end up in the news. I'm sure this will not be the first time. It will not be the last time. And I can assure you all, just like everybody else, just like I can sit here and talk about Jaron, McKeeva, anybody else that gets into messiness, my own sisters, including Carmely, will be no different. I want y'all to understand that. Okay? Marquette says, this is so embarrassing. I wish this was not happening right now. Oh my gosh. We all wish it wasn't happening. But I can't control Carmely and her behavior. I can't control the decisions that she makes. She said, well, see what she said? Like, I care. She don't care. And that really is the crux of it. That is the biggest problem. When somebody doesn't care, what are you going to do? You can't do nothing. It's a sad indictment on all of us. But we do have people in our community who do not care. No, you need to listen. You're not listening. You're just responding, and call a million times. You need to listen. Marquette says, oh, can't we talk about the environment? No, Marquette, you know why? Listen to what I'm telling you. What happened yesterday was a crime. You're lucky that the news this morning isn't that your aunt is that would be your aunt or your cousin, whatever the mixed up situation is, that she's not dead. People don't want to talk about these things that are happening in the streets until somebody end up dead. And then you got a manslaughter charge in court. And y'all don't want to ask and get to the bottom of how you got there. The dysfunctionality that got you there. Right now, we just reported this man here has his manslaughter sentence reduced. Courtney Mason Bryan from 10 years to 8 years, right? This was another incident outside of Lily's nightclub. Was this the stabbing one? I can't remember how he killed the other young man. And what was this over? Woman. Same foolishness. Caymanians are out in these streets losing their lives over foolishness. And y'all want to talk about let's move on? How about y'all get the message first before we move on? How about that? Right? Y'all not getting the message. You're not understanding. You're not seeing the difficulties that time and time again, Caymanians are putting themselves in. Somebody messaged me this morning, oh, I can't believe that man lost his life over one piece of trash bag that is being passed around all over the district. I'm like, wow, really? You know how many people in Cayman are losing their lives over simple, stupid arguments? But y'all don't want to talk about it? Oh, let's hurry up and just move on. Really? Let's move on. Yeah, we can move on and talk about all sorts of other things, but you know what? We're going to be right here again. And the next time there's a stabbing, and the person is dead, then what? How much did moving on really help us? You want to save the environment? Y'all better save your damn people first and foremost. That's what y'all better try and do. We are a lost people. I want y'all to listen to this.
My first brother in jail in 1994. He didn't mind going to jail. He would say, Judge, why are you bothering me? I can go to jail. Just go ahead and do it. I don't want to deal with your probation conditions and your anger management, and I'm not going to talk to the guy that I hit and resolve it so I cannot go to jail. I'll just do the year. We used to pick cotton. Now we are the cotton. We are the product in the system, in the paid prisons that they make money off of. And they count on you guys not being able to handle your emotions. So you go. Not over millions of dollars, not over the health and welfare of your wife and children. Some words. Every brother I sent to prison didn't know what the fight was about. All he knew is how he felt about it. I am my ego. I can't take that. I can't be disrespected. I need you to sit whatever nonsense happened today down, because it matters to me what happens to my people.
Well, I don't know. The real question is, does it matter to the people what's happening to them? And I hate to say it, but it seems to me that most of you don't even get it. You don't even get it. Yeah. You do not get it. And that's a sad indictment on us. All right. Y'all claim you want to hear Carmely's side of the story. Y'all want to hear the mix up because somehow that's going to explain to you why she's in this situation again. Okay. Let's hear it. We'll call her back. She's been calling a million times. Let's give her an opportunity now to explain.
Hello?
Yes, Carmely.
What your problem is now? You didn't want to talk to me earlier on what the problem is now?
Carmely.
Do you want me now to explain to you the history of this story? Would you like me to say so without you disturbing me? Would you give your guest the opportunity to speak?
Go ahead.
All right. You said you got a text from somebody else calling me. I'll get to them a little later. You say you get a text or a message from the girl's brother, which is Damian, which is your cousin, which is my cousin. Okay, the girl is not cousin to us, but Damian is cousin to us. That's fine. The root of the story is, and I'll give you from beginning until end if you're willing to listen. When I met my husband in 2017, April, he just came off the plane on East Good Friday. I met him a few days later. And we started talking on a social casual thing. We went out on dates, wherever the dates took us. We then decided to move in together. We moved in together and we start our lives from there. From 2017 until now, we had no issues whatsoever. In 2019, I had to go overseas to do a knee surgery. My husband drinks like everybody else at the bars. So he must have went to the bar, out with friends, according to him, I could say. And then now he met whoever he wants to meet. When I came back from Fort Lauderdale, I received a phone call from the young lady to say to me, the same lady, Mom, I call you to tell you that my daughter is pregnant for your husband and she's underage. I'm going to call the police. I said, what? And she hung up. I tried calling back the number and I did not get her. So immediately I called the man. He wasn't my husband yet. I called him I said, come home, we need to talk. He came home. I said to him, somebody just called me and said that you got somebody pregnant. What is going on? He said to me, he do not know what I'm talking about. I said, okay, fine. Let's get to the bottom of it because I'm calling back the number and the person not answering. Let me call him off of your phone and see if the person will answer.
Mm-hmm.
When I call the number,
you seem to have gone out a little bit. I don't know if you're on speakerphone or what, but bring it a little bit closer so we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. When I use his phone and call back the number, the number showed up in his phone as Nikita. So I said, who is Nikita? And he said, he don't know. So I'm going to say, all right, here what I'm going to do. Let me go through the WhatsApp messages. So when I went through the WhatsApp messages, I left here March the 3rd, 2019. And the messaging start the 6th of March, 2019. Morning, my love. You coming for breakfast?
Miss
coming for...
Carmely, you telling us the story or you're talking to somebody else?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Morning, my love. Morning, my love.
Oh, these are the messages.
Yeah. Morning, my love.
All right.
You coming to pick me up to drop me work? You coming for lunch? You this, you that. So I said, what is going on here? And he said he didn't know what we're talking about. Fine, no problem. I left the argument with it. So one night, me and him goes to the bar now to sit down and have a drink. I left to go to the bathroom. Miss Lady shows up at the bar, seeing him alone sitting down by himself. And then she approached him. He didn't comment to her. And when I come up from the bar, she walk off. All right, fine, no problem. Don't have an issue with that. I said, what going on? He said, nothing. She's just my friend. She hangs out with them guys that I hang out with. Fine, no problem. Left the argument like that. Then he would go out. We're not married yet. He would go out. I'd be calling him. He don't answer his phone. When he get home, I realize that his phone is on airplane mode. I said, why is your phone on airplane mode? You're not going to hear the call if I call you. Oh, it must have happened in his pocket. Give him the benefit of the doubt. No problem. We went through the trauma with police. We went through the trauma with fighting, not fighting, just arguing. Not me and him, but me and the young lady. She said him and her don't have anything. They're just social friends. They're just social friends. Fine, no problem. He'd mash up his phone, destroy his phone, chop up his chip. Went 3 weeks without a phone, got a new phone with a new chip. Fine. We decide now, okay, we got married.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So all of this you said is going on before you got married? Why would you marry a
Long
man?
before we get married.
So why would you marry a man with this drama?
Okay, we went to counseling.
Oh.
We sat down with the counselor. We opened up with the counselor. We talked to the counselor. We went to pastoral counseling. We opened up with them. We say what we are say. Everybody counsel everybody. He promised, according to him, quote unquote, baby, I will not disappoint you. I love you and I know you love me. Fine, no problem. We decide to get married. COVID hit. So we break the wedding because of COVID. After COVID, then we started to proceed with the wedding. The woman now and your sister and my sister Susan team up together to say that they were coming to the wedding to mash up the wedding. When I got the message, I sent the message back and I said, tell them to come. The woman claimed, say, nothing go so. I left it alone. Me and him left it alone. He got his phone, I got my phone. I got four chips. I got four different numbers.
I noticed that you just said that your other sister, and you called her by name, wanted to come and mash up your wedding. Why would your other sister do that?
Because her and a girl is best friends.
Okay.
And that's just how she stay. Because our other cousin were marrying on the same day, and our other cousin were along with somebody else that this girl used to talk to, and they plan to go to her wedding too and mash it up. Because the other girl belonged with one guy named KK. And this woman is, well, along with Kate, who I get to understand. And they were planning to go mash up her wedding too. And she tell them to come. So nobody never come. Argument done there. For the full 1 year of marriage from 2021, October, straight till 2022, October, I had no issues whatsoever with my husband. We live good. We go to church. If he can't go, I will go. And we go to work and he come home. I had no issues at all with my husband. Somebody came to me one day and said, I see your husband talking to Angela. Eh? Really? I asked him. He said, no, she just stopped to say hi. I said, all right, people free to stop to say hi. I mean, I have exes too. If you want to call them exes or ex-friends or whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
That says hi to me.
You told me you wasn't married that often, so all right. Go on.
That I would, that I talk to and I say hi occasionally to them. Fine, no problem. Then I didn't make it an issue. We continue on with our relationship. Everything is going fine. Monday, public holiday, Monday, yeah. This how this stabbing come in place now. Public holiday, Monday. I home. The helper needed to get town, no bus. So I decided to bring the helper into Georgetown. So when I bring the helper into town, I on my way back home. When I reach by where the agriculture area there, passing Savannah Meadows, the first road to turn in, like you could go to the agriculture that way as well. I noticed my husband's van. So I said, oh, stop and just check on him to see if he's okay and find out what time he's coming up. So when I'm in the rear mirror, I realized that too much car behind me because I didn't expect to see the van or see him anywhere. I went down through the road and come up. When I drove come up, I see the car, the one Camry, Toyota Camry brown car with the front patch out, look like bodywork on it. Park up. I didn't observe anything. I observed when he jumped up from the car where he was sitting, because the door was open and he was sitting in the door and he jumped up. And when he jumped up, he started to buckle his belt. So I said, what's going on? He said, nothing. He said, you know, my hip bumped me. So I had just opened it down because the pants is a little bit tight. So I said, okay, no problem.
Really?
Then she's sitting there like, really, thank you.
Well, I mean,
that's why when they're giving you news, when they're giving you the news, they need to give you from the beginning to the end. So I looked at her and she looked me straight in my face, just so much to say.
Hold on, let me pause your story 1 second. You find your man on the side of the road, buckling up his pants, and another woman in the car, and he can tell you something about a hip, and you, the Camry that I know.
No, he wasn't buckling up his pants. He was not buckling his pants. He was buckling his belt.
Well, same difference. Belt. He buckling his belt.
Okay, fine. I had an issue with that.
Hold on. Let me ask you. No. But you need to tell the full story then, because you're saying, okay, fine. I was like, fine.
If you will allow me to, if you will allow me to talk, please. That was the arrangement when you called me.
Yes, but you said I need to ask questions to clarify. You said, oh, okay, fine. I don't believe for 1 minute that you said, oh, okay, fine, and you just accepted it. Are you sure that's how the story?
Okay, fine, Sandra, until I get home. Oh. When I get home is where the chaos was. So she stood there and looked at me, and me bend down for pick up a stone for lick her in her face with it, and he grabbed me and he hold me and he said, baby, she is not worth getting yourself in trouble for.
Well, clearly he not worth getting yourself in trouble for. That's a real story, but go on.
I said to him, I going home. She drove off in the car. By the way, she drive in the car with no driver's license as well. Anyway, I proceed to go home, and he said, wait on me. And both of us went home. So when we went home, I sat down quietly with him, and I said, let me ask you some questions. And I want you to hear the questions that I asked him now. I said, 2019, this shit started, right? I say,
watch your language,
when I spoke to you about it, oh, sorry. I said, when I spoke to you about it, you said nothing wasn't going on. When I spoke to you about it, nothing going on. Early 2020, during COVID, close to COVID or whenever COVID was, a picture came in from her phone to his phone with her pum-pum. And apparently he sent back a picture with PPP. So he hid that, but when he was sleeping, I took the phone and I went through it. When I seen it, I did drive to Easton to her house then and confronted her about it. When I confronted her, she didn't know what I was talking about. Same time, her husband drove in. When her husband drove in and said, Kamli, what happened? What you do, yeah? I said to the husband, look at this picture, come from your wife's phone. He asked her, she denied it. I left the two of them in the stress. When I was driving off, I have my husband's phone with me. My husband didn't even know I left the house. When I was driving, coming back home, she called the phone, crying, Leah, you see, your wife come up here and make my husband beat me up. I didn't answer. I just opened the phone line and I shut it back down. Argument done there. So I went home. I slapped him with a machete. I wasn't no Christian then. I slapped him with a machete.
I'm curious, when did you become a Christian?
My love child are trying, but sometimes these people make it hard for you. And since this situation, I've just lost it completely. So I slapped him with the machete and he get up and I showed it to him. He said, no, I wasn't sending that to nobody. I was doing that for myself, but I didn't know how to delete it. I said, yeah, you think people fool. We worked through the issues. We went to counseling, get the benefit of the doubt. We went to counseling. We talked about the issues. It's all right, give the man the benefit of the doubt. You understand me? Argument done there so. So Monday incident now. I get up out of my bed, going about my business. I message you and say to you, our sister's not doing well. She have to come off a solids a bit. I need to get some insure. I didn't have enough money with me until tomorrow, Friday, but she need them now. Can you assist? You went on, and I said, that is not the issue. Can you assist? In the night, you probably sent a message when I went to bed. I did not see it. So I still insist with whatever money I had, I was going to buy a case anyway. Right? So I got up, I left home, and I started to proceed down the road. When I pick up my phone, look at it, I said, Sandra, text me. I said, okay, let me stop and text her back. So that's when I was in Sparker Drive, now going to Progressive. I stop on the side of the road and I text you my account, because I can't drive and text, my account number and my name of the account. When I was proceeding off to drive off now to go about my business, I did observe two individuals walking in the back of me in a good distance. But I looked in the rearview mirror to see if any car was coming that I could pull off and go on the main road and go straight. When she passed the car, she looked back and she said something about bitch. I got out of the car.
Language, ma'am.
Sorry. I got out of the car and I said, by the way, woman to woman, let's talk about this issue, because if you say you just friends with somebody, partner or a husband or whatever, why are you behaving in this manner? By the time I say so, she grabbed me long time unexpectedly. When she grabbed me my hair, and I suck into her because I had braids in it and I didn't want the braids to pop out. I suck into her, and when I suck into her, she started juking me in my back with an object I didn't know what it was. When I managed to get her off of me then and try to get to my car to get my phone to call 911, she run me around the car 3-4 times and I kept walking away from her. And you know, Sandra, Dana Kamali, but I'm trying to behave. I'm trying. So I walk around the car until I walk out to the road. When she went on and I got cussed towards them on the thing, and she went on and said, I got kill you. I got kill you. I got kill you for Leo. I got kill you because I got take him from you. And she went on with her attitude. By the time I could get to the phone to call 911, she rushed into me again. And when she rushed into me this time, trying to stab me in my face now, I don't have nothing to defend myself. So I grab on her hand and I bite her with all the might that I had to say, well, all right, whatever it is in her hand, she would release the hand with the object, and that didn't happen. She continued to hold on till we struggled and drop on the ground. When we drop on the ground, I tried to brace her off of me. She continued to try to stab me from face to face, and I keep moving my head left and right. and one of the stab catch me on the right-hand side in the head. And when I try to kick her off, she come back towards me again. The next stab catch me on the other side of the head. When the other stab catch me, I realized that it's a sharper object than whatever it is she had in her hand. And that one sort of went a little bit deep. So that's when I kick her off of me and she drop over. And I get up and walk away and I call 911. Sandra Hill name was not mentioned in no police report. Miliki Miller name, because Miliki called me cousin. Miliki name was not mentioned with no report. Miliki did not have Leo's work permit. Multi-built construction, Mr. Vidal, whatever he want name, had Leo work permit. So I don't know who giving them the information and who feeding them the information. When I called 911, that's when I realized that I was full of blood. And I told them, well, I'm bleeding. The police came, 2 jeeps came first, task force, or whatever you want to call them. They came first. One next task force came and 2 regular police cars come. She still had the knife in her hand. She pushed around the policeman, come towards me where the ambulance was, and said, I'm going to kill you. I'll kill you. The policeman clicked the gun on her. The next policeman run from the jeep, come out with his gun, and said, drop your weapon, because I didn't know it was a knife. I didn't know what it was. It's when the policeman said, drop your weapon, that she kind of released it a bit. And the policeman then said, drop the knife. And she refused to drop it. And they clicked the gun on her and said, drop the knife. And she dropped the knife. And she said, handcuff me, because me go kill her. Me go kill her. And I left with the ambulance and went to the hospital. The police came and take a statement from me. It had nothing to do with Sandra Hill. It had nothing to do with Miliki Miller. It had nothing to do with nobody else.
Let me ask you a question, right? How is it then that other people out in the streets can say that our
people
name...
will talk, just like how, Sandra, listen to me. I will talk anything when you want to fabricate a story. Because if I had seen something, I would have said, yeah, he beat her because of blah, 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 blah. And I don't sure because I hear me here for a long time. And you're not sure of the story. So you put what you want put together and say what you want to say. People will do these things. Even myself, may not exclude myself out of it. I'm not excluding myself out of it. I said to myself, and I spoke with my husband, and I said, this ain't going anywhere because you insist to continue to keep this woman as a friend, and you know that it is ruining your marriage, ruining your relationship. And he said, nothing like that, baby. I'm going to tell her not to see me and talk to me again. I said, not gonna work that way. Meet me enforcement tomorrow morning, please. And that is exactly where I'm at, the enforcement section. So now you have to decide whether you gonna buckle up or you gonna ship out. Despite of the differences, whether or not I always ship them out. Every one of them ship out, none of that so. None of them not there so. They all have to go. When I done with them, they got to go.
But
Simple.
This is, I mean, all right. This mix-up situation. He said, she said, whatever.
So that's what I'm saying to you. You need to get the facts.
But let me ask you.
Listen, she'll probably call you with a different story.
Yeah, but
that's
this is
fine.
my point. Everybody got a story.
Everybody got call you with a different story.
Yes. But let me
call you with a different story.
Let me ask you a question then, right? This is the real question, the real crux of it. None of this don't matter.
I mean, we were doing fine until she came back in the picture Monday.
Carmely.
Monday holiday.
Carmely. You can't be doing fine with a man that you decided to get in a relationship with, knowing this type of behavior. And it's not the first time. You yourself just said every time it happens, you ship them out. How many you done ship out? Why do you think it is that you keep finding yourself in situations like this?
Sandra, it's not even why is it. Let me say something to you. And I don't care who want like me this morning and who wants to say whatever. You see a Jamaican especially, some of them, when they come with sugar cane, sugar mint, sugar candy, sugar dice, sugar pea, you name it. all the sugar in the world. And before the marriage, they treat you like a queen. They buy you everything you want. They give you the world, put you on top of it. You're not looking at that point. You're not seeing any red flags.
Really? But
I have seen some.
All right.
I've seen the red flags, Sandra. I've seen the red flags in 2019. But I said, okay, counseling, and we did pastoral counseling, we did regular counseling at Cayman Counseling Center, we did counseling everywhere, we did counseling, and then with all right, the attitude changed, went back to the norm, so things might be a little bit different. Let's see what happens from there. But unfortunately, it's not like that. It's not going that way. It did not go the way like how I would want it. I didn't, up until last week, I didn't have no issue with my husband.
But Carmelie,
up until last week, our relationship was good.
All right, let me ask you a question, right? So you said that they're coming with all the sweetness, right? But at your age now, and as many of them as you have dealt with over the years, you don't know this already?
Sandra, yes, we're human beings. We're human beings. We have feelings. We have this, we have that. We're human beings. And a lot of us, I'm not the only one in the situation, but I can only speak for myself. We're human beings, and I agree. But sometimes when you care for somebody and you love the person, or you say you love them, and they say they love you, then it kind of makes a little teeny bit of difference of how you deal with the situation. That's as simple as it is.
Because it seems to me that
so
none of these Jamaicans you can make it with.
You try to work on the different, because most of them is like I said, they come sweet, and then when they get, let me tell you something what surprised me, and I didn't say nothing to him when he said it. When she wrote, this same girl, wrote a letter to immigration and tell them that she had him first, and she took him out of my house. And I took him out of her house and married to him. She was married, living with her husband. Gay Joy Ebanks from West Bay could tell you she was the one that bring him and her brother Ray, bring him to my house and say, Kamli, let's go jungles. Ray said, meet my brother. I said, no, my love child, my grandmother always tell me anything too black, no good.
But you're not listening to your grandmother because you're still doing it every turn round?
Well, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Lord Jesus.
Anyway,
but then when the juice turns sour, next thing you know, you're out in the street getting stabbed up by women. Is it worth it? Is this man worth it? What do you say his name is?
His name is Roderick.
Leo?
Leopold.
But is Leo, all right, you call him Leo. Is Leo really worth all this drama?
To be honest with you, Sandra, Leo is a very nice person.
Lord Jesus.
Leo is not, I'm going to tell you the truth. Leo is not a leader. Leo is a follower. And I talk to him about it every day. You cannot make people lead you into things and lead you this and lead you that. He go out, go drink. I always argue with him about it. And I buy a bucket of beers. Drink one now. Why make you have to drink 4 and somebody else drink 1? How you greedy so? How you got long so? I always thought, I say, you're not a leader. You is a follower. And every time he do this, he puts himself in problem. And I say, you need to stop it. Me talk to him till me tired. Counselor talk to him till they tired. So now Monday, I'm saying it again, Monday was my breaking point. We can't try no more. I have to deal with the situation the best way that I can deal with the situation. I'm heading into enforcement to sit down with them and say, here is my letter. Deal with the case.
So you're shipping this one out again?
I might not ship him out. I might just make him stay. He's a good man. And I'm not telling you no lie. He might have his faults, but he's a good man. Very good man. And I tell you no lie. I don't need for nothing. I'm not short of nothing. He's a good man.
But you're talking about all this sweetness that they bring to the table, but sound like you are diabetic and the sweetness is going to kill you?
Well, it looks so. But that's so life goes sometime.
Lord
But
Jesus.
she is obsessed with him.
But
And
I mean,
guess he's
listen,
upset.
you can't. I mean, the thing about it, we were talking about this situation a little bit yesterday, not in relation to this, but you can't blame the other woman because the only person that has any obligation to
The
you,
only person to blame in all of this is Leo.
Exactly.
As we sat down and talked about it on Monday night, and he said, I agree with you, Carmelie. I agree with you, and I'm sorry, and it will never happen again.
And how many times
I
before
said,
has he said that?
And that the first he said it. I'll be honest with you. And I said, so you say, we'll wait and see how it go. And you know now, through my head, me, I forget the Bible. I forget how to pray. I forget how to talk to Jesus. I forget everything. The same Monday night, me and him catch up in an altercation. And he calmed me down and he said, Carmelie, just listen to me and don't deal with it the way that you're dealing with it. Just we'll go deal with it this way, like how you want it to be dealt with. I'm not going to speak to her no more. I am not going to get in contact with her or anyway she see me, and I'm not going to say nothing to her anymore. I got to give you an incident. He never come home yet. And I drove Prospect where he normally hang out to go look for him. We need to sit down and talk, right? When I got there, the guy said to me, he not come to drop off the rest of work man them yet, because sometimes he work late. So I said, all right, I could just sit there and wait for him till he come, and then leave one car, and we take one car, and we go find somewhere quiet to go sit down and we talk. Who shows up at the people in place, ma'am? Now Angela. Angela got somebody to drove her from East End, come all the way to Prospect where he hangs out with these guys, and the guys work with him as well. The minute she spot me, the car took off. I did take off behind her, but I slowed back. I didn't catch the license plate number. I called the police and I spoke with them because one of her bail condition is to stay away from me and stay away from Leo. And I didn't catch the license plate number, but I described the car to them. The sergeant said to me, Carmelie, come this morning and give me an additional statement. So I went to the station this morning and I gave my additional statement to the police. So they were compiling everything now to carry down to DPP. Well, let them do their jobs, how they're supposed to do their job at the end of the day. I never got nothing more to say about the case. I'm not discussing the case with nobody. Just make the police deal with them the day of court, whether she plead guilty or not guilty, whether it becomes a trial or not a trial. At that time, I will be able to deal with it. That's why I said to you, just relax yourself a little bit, make me deal with the situation my way. I know how to deal with my situation. Of course, the brother, which is gay, no disrespect to him, he needs to learn to bathe and cleanse himself properly. Made it his point of duty to send you all of this long drama that no go so. He fabricated.
Well, I mean, I don't.
All of it.
Listen, let me be.
You send it to me. You clip shot it and send it to me. And I read it and me and you correspond.
Send you what, Carmelie?
The same clip shot that you read out on the talk show. You clip shot that and send that to me yesterday.
Are you sure about that?
Me not ask your mama, me I tell you.
You telling me?
Yeah, me I tell you. Let me show you. I got to tell you what time you sent it to me, madam. Hold on 1 minute.
Carmelie.
You sent it to me at 8 minutes past 9, and you say, look here. Someone send me this.
No.
Well, Miss Carmelie Watson,
that is not
some of the word them.
You need to listen.
That's a different.
You need to listen. Okay, and you need to pay attention. That is what is posted on social media that other people have been sending me on WhatsApp. Not on me, screenshot nothing and send you.
Oh, I thought that was you say. Okay. But he can say what he wants to say, my little child. The facts will be told. And if she continue to harass me, anyway, she see me, because she says she not gonna stop till she kill me. So make she kill me. When she kill me, she eat me. If she want eat me, if they can't bury me. That's a fair problem. You understand me? Because she's an alcoholic.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand you, because this is not something to joke about. If your life is potential on the line and this woman is saying that she's going to kill you, why would you say, yeah, just make her kill me?
But I was off. She caught me off guard yesterday. She catch me off guard yesterday.
Yes, but it only
because
takes a
she
minute
did
for you
not
to
catch
lose your
me
life.
off
And I'm
guard
telling you,
yesterday. Trust
Leo
me.
is
No,
not
Sandra,
worth it.
If she didn't catch me off guard yesterday, I wouldn't be talking to you on the talk show because you know how I stay. She would have been in the hospital, lying down, and I would have still been behind the bars. She caught me off guard yesterday. And the only reason why I never put the pressure upon her because she had a sharp object in her hand. That's the only reason.
But
I never want to get damaged. I didn't want to get any further stuff. I didn't want to stop.
But this is my point.
I didn't want to
this
die.
is my point, Carmely. Somebody is going to come at you with a knife. Why on earth are you entertaining this?
At the time, Sandra, at the time I did not know it was a knife. I can only say, and I told the police that it was a sharp object. It's when the police come that the police observed that it was a knife. Because I didn't know what it was. It was a steak, a steak knife. And like I said, if you're a woman and you want a man, fine, no problem. And if you can beat the wife for the man, come barehanded, not come with no weapon. Come barehanded and we'll see how it work out. She didn't come that way there because she knew she couldn't challenge me. And I know in the challenging argument because like I said, and I say it publicly on the radio, and some of them say, a lot of us, I'm a young Christian, and I lose it sometimes. I lose it sometimes with people like them, yeah? I lose it sometimes. They call me bishop, I'm sit down and talk to her, and she said, I understand, and they pray with me, and they encourage me, and they talk to me, and I'm trying my endeavor best to see if I can get it back right. But right now, the brains not set right. The brains all over the place. The brains up, they're down, they're round, they're all over. You understand me? And I told the police this morning, when I went to them and told them that she came at the location last night, I said, I'm going to ask you guys one more time, call her and verbally warn her. Because the next time, it not gonna be pretty because I gotta start protecting myself now. And it gotta be acting in self-defense. And I gotta be honest with you, Sandra. I could have died. I thought about that when I was giving my statement. I literally cried to the police and said, look how I could lose my life over this foolishness. And the police agreed with me. But I gotta tell you what, if she attacks me again, I don't know what will happen. I don't know what to happen. And I went to the station this morning and I made the report. They took another statement from me again. And the police said they will deal with it. And I tell them they better deal with it. Wow. I'm dealing with my husband. How I have to deal with him. He wants to talk. I will listen. I can't listen no more, brethren. I can't listen because he's a liar. You're not honest. You're a liar. You're not honest. You're dishonest to yourself. Your evil self, you're dishonest too. Yeah, me and him have our ups and downs. Me and him have our rounds and rounds. Me and him hit it off when we ready. Because the things that he do stupid, and maybe sometimes the things that I may do that he did not like too. Because I can't give him all the wrong. There's sometimes I do things and he said, baby, you know, if you had dealt with it in this way, it would have been better this way. And me snap right away and say, shut your mouth, who you is to think to talk, and I hit the ceiling on him. So we do have our differences, but when we calm down, we sit down and talk about the issues, and we talk about how to deal with conflicts, and we say, all right, in the future, we'll work it this way, we'll work it that way. I start to break what you call the silence break now. So when it starts, me not say nothing. I lie down on my tablet and play my game because I not hear you. I left him make him talk. I left him make him do what I do. Sometimes he break the silence on me. He go on his TikTok and he turn it back and he go sleep. So anybody out there
yes, we have a caller. So let me take this call and see what this person
anybody
has to
out
say.
there that wants to say whatever they want to say, I don't give a two shush. I don't care. They're saying I'm harassing her. She harassing me. I don't have time because I don't see her. She see me. Obviously, because she want a man. I already got him. She want him full time.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
So I am not harassing her.
I wouldn't claim him. I wouldn't say I got him if he out there with other women. So I mean, sharing a PP.
I'm not saying that he's. Listen, I'm
half
not
a
saying that
PP,
he's
quarter
out there with
PP. That
other
don't make no
women.
sense.
The man say him and the woman do have nothing. They're just friends.
Well,
Give him the
you know
benefit
better.
of the doubt.
I think you know better than that. I think at your
I
age,
do,
you know
I'm
better
still,
than that. Mout can say anything.
I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Really? Why?
Because he's my husband.
Part-time PP
and I
better
have
than
a
none? No, sir.
No.
Anyway, all right.
I don't join the part-time people argument.
Well, I'm telling you, you're in it, whether you want to accept it or not. But we have other people trying to call in. Let's see what they have to say. So that's your side of the story. Okay. Thanks very much. It's a hot mess, folks. None of it makes any sense to me. None of it would be worth it. To that caller who's been trying to call in, please do give us a call back. I am at a loss, quite honestly, for how any of this makes any sense. Losing your life over man in these streets is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Susan Solomon, the sister of Hamley, Miller, Watson, Hamilton, Rocket, whatever she goes like. Angela, myself, Hamley, Damian, the whole of us were friends. From the get-go, we were all friends.
And to be clear to our listeners now, you're the other sister, the middle sister.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right. Angela and I are no best friends. Angela is my friend. I got one best friend in East End. I have one best friend, my favorite cousin down in the, I can say down the east. I don't know what they call it now, Martin Drive. And I got another best friend, which is brother to the one at Martin Drive that lives in Yoland. The two though, male and the one East End is my best friend. Me and Angela is friends because we all came on and we raised together. We eat out of one place. We wear each other clothes. And I know Angela very good. I want to believe that Angela is not with Leo. I don't live with Angela. I do not live with Leo. I don't know Leo. If Leo come where I'm sitting now, I cannot pick him out and say that is Leo because I don't know him. When I heard the argument that she was telling Angela, say Angela was with Leo, I keep telling her Angela is not with Leo. Me and Angela talk, and I know I going by what Angela tell me then, put it that way. I going by what she's saying, and I want to believe Angela. Kamli is my sister. I'm 54 years old, and I know Kamli very well. No one can tell me nothing about Kamli. I know her better than Pamela Rocket that had her, knows her. I know Kamli very well. If I don't stand up on my 2 foot, she would want to bully me and beat me. Because of Angela, she hate me very much because I talk to Angela. I got enough shit in my toilet to flush. More than taking up her problems on top of my head.
Watch the language, yes.
Okay, no problem, man. I got my own problem instead of taking up her and Angela problem. I got messages, voice messages on my phone. About 6, 7. I got them on my phone. Which she tell me she want to beat Angela. I don't care which she see her. She was to beat Angela because of this young man, whoever he is. Angela drinks rum. Kamli's husband is an alcoholic. So therefore, Angela in a man bar hops, they call it. I don't know nothing about drinking rum. I never did drink rum when I was young and I'm old now. So Angela loved the rum and the man spending the money. So Angela drinks out the man. I don't want to say her and the man in nothing. I don't know their personal life. Kamli have all of it now. She constantly, from the day she heard Angela name call, she was always, Angela cannot even sleep in her house because of Kamli. She goes to the girl yard 24/7. She tries to make problem with the girl and her husband. She calls the husband and she tells the husband all kind of things. She sleeps in car by the husband gate and she do all kind of things. Sometimes she find out this Angela so-called along with her husband. She torment that girl, she provoke that girl, she do that girl from everything. She now, she don't know where Angela work. Where Angela working, it was me, Susan, get the job for Angela, where she working now. I was working there, and Angela was in problem with her house with the bank. If I hear about any job, I can call any one of my friends and I'll say, job there, go ahead, so see if you get through. I know Angela was struggling after COVID. She tell me she was looking job. I call her and I say, Angela, go with your resume. Cayman Linen. They're looking people to work because I get through and they looking more people and they want Caymanian. Angela went to get the job anyway. She working there. Carmelie now do not know where to find Cayman Linen, but she know that Angela have to walk Sparker Drive, I think it means, to get to Cayman Linen. When Angela come down, she live East End, so she got to come down, she got to leave home like 4:30 because we got to be work sometimes 6 o'clock, sometimes all 5 o'clock you could go into work because you're working by hours. The more hours you work, the more pay you get. Sometimes 6 o'clock. Angela gets off by Progressive, by Parkers, that way the bus will drop off by Parkers. So she got to walk now from Parkers through Sparker Drive to go to her work. The lady was on her work, going to her work. Calmly made it her point to do that, to get out of her bed and leave this lady there. The lady told me, when she called me, she was crying. And she said she had enough of Calmly provoking her, accusing her with her husband, constantly provoking her, coming by her yard. She can't go nowhere, she can't do nothing. Calmly puts her up on Facebook because Calmly loves social media. So she puts her all about on all kinds of social media. She provoked the girl, tell the girl was tired of it. Calmly now, maybe I wasn't there. I could only say what I heard. Jump out of this car that she's driving, to pound this girl with this conch pounder. It's something where you pound conch with. Pretend that a conch
somebody just send me the picture, yeah. Okay.
All right. She didn't know that this girl, I don't know if the girl had it or she picked it up or whatever, but she labeled the girl now to go and tangle the girl to fight with the girl. Because she been saying the whole time, I know that Calmly was going to beat the girl. Or so she said she was going to beat the girl. So she labeled the girl, and what happened at that point in time. Calmly's painting this picture with her and this husband better than Queen Elizabeth. Everybody hear how she's speaking like they have a perfect marriage. If I with a man and you with a man, may the best woman win. She pushed this man, she forced this man to marry to her. Now the man married to her. Angela and the young man is still friends because the young man saying he's not stop talking to Angela to please Calmly. The man got his children before Calmly time. He can't send $1 to his children back home in Jamaica. She caught how the Monday argument started. According to Angela, she was oral sexing Calmly husband in the car when Calmly stopped and catch him there. She was oral sexing Calmly husband. And that when Calmly got offended and decided that time now that she got beat Angela. That's how the story crumbled. I don't know nothing about like no letter immigration, and I wasn't told that Calmly was getting married. So me, Susan, I put myself out the way to go to Calmly wedding to stop nobody wedding. Because Pamela had 8 children, and Susan got to look out for Susan, and I had 2 daughters, and raised maybe 5 children, and I got to look out for Susan, 2 daughters, and the 5 that I raised. I not business with Calmly and her delinquent and her 500 husbands that she got. That's my piece of the story. You have a good day now, man.
Thank you very much, caller. Appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. What a hot mess. Another caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Just turn down your, whatever you have in the background. Turn that down.
I listen to my dear sister. Boy, she really has.
Oh, this is Calmly calling from another number? Oh, okay.
I don't know all of that story, but if that's what she knows, so let it be. And like I said, I am not taking up for my husband, and I did not force my husband to marry to me. By the way, all of our stuff was ordered online, and every dollar came out of his pocket. And when people force people to marry, and me have to find the money to marry him, I didn't find $1. The man find everything just to let her know. I had a lovely wedding, and we were happy. We spent our little honeymoon down at the Western Hotel for 5 nights, and he paid the whole shebang of the 5 nights. I'm not painting any picture towards this man whatsoever. At the end of the day, if I never give no oral sex because I don't do oral sex. I don't know what that's all about. So if she wants to give oral sex, feel free and feel happy. Enjoy herself. And who won't drink after her after that, make them feel free and feel happy. That's as simple as the story goes. I am not getting, and I said it again, I am not getting in the hearsay, you say, them say. I am dealing with the situation accordingly. I am dealing with my husband on a one-on-one basis. I am doing what I have to do whatever. If the marriage pop down, it pop down. If it stand up, it stand up. And like I said, I didn't have any issues with my husband for the last year and a half. October coming this year, it's going to be 2 years until Angela came back in the picture on Monday.
All right, we have another caller.
And if she was giving him an oral sex in the piece of open public road where they was, she not gonna shame.
All right.
Because that's where everybody passing and go in.
Yes, all right.
So may her soul go with him and his soul go with her. I'm not getting in that part of the story. You understand me? I am not getting in that part of the story. So they say what, like I said, everybody have their version, and I don't care. And I'm calling you back on this topic again.
All right. I hope not, because this is your second number you're calling from now. So you've said what you had to say. So that's it now. All right.
I'm not getting the drama. I'll deal with my husband accordingly. And that is exactly how I'm dealing. I start the procedure from yesterday. And the people say, come back today. So I've gone back today and deal with them. But you know, some of them talking and their husband sleeps in car and they don't cook and feed their husbands and they throw their husband out and they write letter immigration that their husband come to the marital.
We have another caller.
Uh-huh.
All right. All right, caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Damien.
Hi. Oh, hi, Damien. What a mix-up. Just you have to turn down the radio or however you're listening in the background.
I'm listening to a phone.
Oh, yeah. Close out that window because we're hearing the feedback in the background.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
First of all, Carmelie doesn't know anything about me, so Carmelie can say anything about me that she wants. First of all, I never in my life have not said that I have not been gay. Yes, I am gay.
But
everybody knows that.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Hold on a second, please. And I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Now, on the issue of where they're talking about this so-called blowjob, or should I use a different language?
Just say BJ for short. I think we know what
okay.
it is. Yeah.
On this BJ thing, my sister said clean and straight. She was called by a friend to come to a party on Monday night. They were having a party. They were frying bara and stuff like that, and they were having a party. And when she got there, Leo was somewhere around the corner or something, and when he was coming towards her, his pants was zipped down and his belt was unbuckled because it seems he went to use the restroom or something. Okay? And all he did was fix his belt buckle, and he sat down and was talking with my sister. Upon that, now, Carmelie came back across again, and then crossed, and then she stopped and saw him sitting beside my sister. And she then assumed, because he wouldn't move at first, and she said something to him, he got up. Then when she saw his pants open, she assumed now that they were doing BJ. And she wanted to pelt a rock at my sister, and he pushed her to stop her. When she talking the story, tell the story straight how it goes. Stop with the lies. You're a big hard-ass woman. You're supposed to be a Christian. You're supposed to be a church woman. If you're going to tell a story with the facts. Don't come with hearsay. Because I started this, I started this by putting that piece on Facebook because she loved to put other people. But yet when something happens with her, she does not want her name out there. Why is that? If you're big enough to put somebody else's business on social media, why can't your business not go on social media? And I've listened to the program.
Yeah,
I've listened to the program.
This whole situation is so incredibly sad, right? At the end of the day, I can't speak of what's going on between your sister and Leo and Carmelly. It sounds like one bag of mix-up. Your family, you guys are cousins, even if she's not directly related to your sister. How do we move past this? I mean, let me be very, very honest, right? Well, your sister in her position is that Carmelly has been taunting her, stalking her, whatever that situation is, right? But yesterday, your sister could have taken somebody's life. And I have to ask the question, is Leo worth it? Huh?
It's not, to my sister, it's not about Leo,
Okay.
It's about Carmelly taunting her. The constant harassment, the constant stalking. My sister has gotten enough of that. My sister said she's not going to stop being friends with Leo because they're just social friends. We drink together and so forth. But Carmelly is taking it a little bit too far. Everything out of Carmelly is Angela this, Angela that, Angela this, Angela that. And Angela has had enough. I mean, you come to this woman's house on Monday night. You try to get a picture of her license plate number. For what reason? Only God knows. Then you're gonna stalk her now at her work, where she works in the morning, and then you're gonna tell her. You're gonna change the story and say you were doing something else.
Yes.
Come on.
I mean, what was and like I said, I don't know how my name getting mixed up in this about they were going grocery shopping for me, because trust me, like I said, only one person can make that claim. I'm not sending nobody grocery shopping for me. I don't need that. But it's just such a sad situation. It really is just
because she keeps changing the story. She's telling one person one thing and then she's telling another one another, and then everybody's corresponding because it's going around. So everybody's hearing what's taking place.
Wow.
Because all of that talking that she did about the incident when it happened, she did mention that there were two people walking together. Did she also mention? She didn't mention that the guy witnessed everything. And the guy gave a statement. And the guy, I would think that he gave a statement, because if he witnessed everything, and she is there, I would think that the police would try to find out who he is to give a statement, because she claimed that my sister walked across her and then turned back to say something to her, and she jumped out of the car, but she forgot to mention that she jumped out with the compounder.
So there was
a compounder. Which she claims there was not a compounder.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking me about this compounder, so I want to show them what this looks like. Now that I see it, I know exactly what it is. It's basically a meat tenderizer, but I guess in Cayman we call it a compounder. So this is a meat
tenderizer.
Yeah, and this is what we use to pound, I guess, meat or conch really. But somebody sent me a picture of theirs in their house, so we could see exactly what it looked like. I mean, Damien, I think you and Carmelly have probably been friends at some point. You've known each other for a long time.
Sandra, let me tell you, me and Carmelly were cursed today, and tomorrow me and Carmelly will be friends.
Okay. You see, I can't take that kind of drama in my life. Trust me.
The thing of it is, right?
Yeah.
If I have something to tell someone, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them straight up.
Yeah.
If you want to continue talking to me, that's fine with me. But I'm not going to swallow my pride and not tell you what I have to tell you. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. You understand? And it doesn't make sense of you holding a malice against someone and shooing behind their back. Tell them to their face, get it over with, smile about it the next day, talk about it, say this is what went wrong. We can work on this. We can work on that. Cayman would be a better place if people would do that.
Yeah.
But no, they prefer to create war.
Yes. I mean, Cayman would be a better place if people wasn't getting mixed up in these things to begin with. And I mean, like I said, I'm still
That's why if you have something,
the question, what is it that makes Leo so special?
That's a good question.
I mean, why does your sister even want to be friends with him to cause all this havoc in her life? Leave Leo alone.
My sister been friends with him for years.
But I mean, it's not worth it. If I got a friend and a friend bringing all this drama into my life, people stalking me and harassing me and blah, 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 I'm going to walk away from that person. I can't look at Leo and imagine anything he has, physical, mentally, money-wise, buying me drinks. Find somebody to buy you drinks who's not going to cause drama in your life. Leo isn't worth it.
Leo's not the one causing the drama. It's Carmelie.
No, but it's coming.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Leo is a humble person. Leo is a humble person, you know. Leo doesn't cause problems. Leo doesn't even like all of this. To be honest with you. I can assure you he doesn't even like all of this because he's not someone who gets in mixed up or nothing like that. He rarely talks.
Wow.
That's why Carmelie can't tell you that she has a good husband because he's not someone who does these kind of things. But because she made it escalate to this far, that's why it's gone this far.
It's so sad. It's so sad. Wow.
It's not per se that they're fighting over a man, you know. It's a personal vendetta. That's how I see it.
Well,
I see it as a personal vendetta.
Carmelie says that there are pictures that she's seen on Leo's phone between him and your sister exchanging private parts.
On that, my sister has had a husband, and my sister has never yet sent a picture like that to her husband. Why would she send it to another man? Carmelie says she has a copy of that. Why can she not show that copy up until today?
So now your sister
Carmelie can't show that copy.
Yeah. So your sister was arrested yesterday for
yes, she was.
Stabbing incident. What did they arrest her on? Suspicion of GBH or what is it?
I know what it is, but I'm not at liberty to say it right about no.
Well, it can only be one or two things. It's either GBH. I don't know if it's common assault. It doesn't sound like Carmelie's injuries are that serious. I mean, obviously she's out of the hospital calling this talk show and walking around and perfectly fine. So they're probably not going to pursue anything more than GBH. I don't see it as attempted murder or anything else. But now your sister has to go through this whole court process. Susan was saying how it took so long for your sister even to get and find a job. She could potentially lose her job. I asked the question again, of all parties involved, is it worth it?
That's a good question. Like I tell my sister, I said, every time that she harass you, contact the police, contact the police. Don't do anything, just contact the police. But my sister has just seemed to have forgotten enough, so.
Wow. It's a sad situation, Damien. I certainly appreciate you calling in and adding, your side to this situation. I hope that y'all can put this behind you and move on from it and become friends again. It just isn't worth it.
Well, I don't hold malice, so.
Yeah.
If Carmelie wants to talk to me after this, she can. If she don't, she don't. That's just it.
Wow. I noticed that that was you that took to social media and posted something on your social media page about the situation as well. This has been in circulation. Why did you decide to post that up? You were just trying to tell
because I wanted people to know what's going on. Because she likes to post things about people, but she doesn't want anybody to post anything about her. So I wanted the general public to know there's something going on with her that people need to know about that she's trying to keep under quiet.
Okay.
Because I can reassure you, if I never did that yesterday, she wouldn't be on the talk show this morning. She would have never come out and say what happened or this is supposed to happen with her fabricated story.
Wow.
Because obviously, if you sit down and listen to the story that she just gave, you can hear certain things change inside of it. Common sense will tell you when it's a fabricated story.
Wow. It's sad.
But like they say,
it's sad.
It's hearsay. It's hearsay. He say, she say.
Yeah, it's a complete mix-up. I mean, I, like I said from the beginning of this is not a conversation that there's so many other things that I would like to be talking about this morning. It's not really this, but y'all left me no choice. This mix-up is going around Cayman like hot fire, hot cakes. So, I don't know. But
because everybody's shocked, Everybody's shocked,
Yeah.
to see that someone actually put something out there about Carmelie. Because it's like everybody's afraid of her. Because she does this tendency of being a bully. Everybody's like afraid of her mouth. Oh, she'll do this and she'll do that. But most likely those Jamaicans are afraid of her because every minute she talks about immigration. Well, only one place immigration can send me. That's 191 Asian Road where I live.
Well, she said she's messaging again, Carmelie. She says that you're her favorite cousin, and that you and him, that me and him can kick it off and go back together like either, but he does not understand the depths of the situation, and he will not take up for his sister just like what? And she will take up for his sister just like she take up to my husband or something. I've not been harassing Angela in no way whatsoever. She's the one that's harassing me. And
Carmelie knows that that's a lie. Carmelie knows that that's a lie.
Wow.
If she's not harassing my sister, why are you going to find out where my sister works? Why are you going to my sister's house? My sister don't go to your house or where you live.
Wow.
My sister not constantly telling people on the road, oh, Angela with my husband, Angela doing this, Angela doing that.
Where does the husband live?
Which one?
The Leo.
Leo lives with Carmelie.
Okay.
At least I assume he still does. After today's show.
Lord Jesus. What a mess. And your sister Angela is also married?
My sister is divorced.
She's divorced?
Yes. Okay. My sister has gotten a divorce.
So her and Jermaine are not married because somebody said that you.
No, they're no longer married. Okay. Jermaine has remarried.
Okay.
So when Carmelie's running around looking for Jermaine to give him story, she can think twice.
Wow. Oh my God.
My sister is a single woman.
It's just too much. I mean, honestly, it's just ridiculous. Wow. I mean, I want everyone to and to think. I didn't even realize that.
I just want this over and done with. I just want this over and done with. I mean, they need to get past this.
Yeah.
Like I said to my sister, I said, Leo is wrong. Leo needs to tell Carmelie what exactly is going on here and work out what they need to work out. You go your way, he go his way, or whatever they want to do, and that's that. Simple.
Wow.
But it was nice talking to you.
Yes,
and I'm glad I got this. I'm glad I got it off.
Yes, I mean, this is the first time on the show, Damien. So I wish it was under better circumstances, and it's just very, very sad.
I listen to your show. All the time, but I just don't like to comment.
Yeah. What a mix-up. Thank you, Damien.
You're welcome. Have a blessed day.
Okay, you too, dear. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks. It is sad, and I really, really wish these people would come together on this. The common thread is Leo. Everybody, Leo's a nice guy. Is he really a nice guy? I mean, he might be soft-spoken, and he'll buy you drinks. I guess if that's your definition of a nice guy. But if he's out there cheating, getting BJs in the bushes, or whatever the situation is he really a nice guy? Caller, good morning.
Morning. This is killing me.
Yes, my dear. What a mix-up.
Two of my favorite people in the world, Cam and Sue. We kind of grew up together in a way. Okay. But to this young man talking about, he say. Unless he says his sister all the time, the judge would ask, how do you know this? That's say too. So, and the family and friends, if I had enough money, I would invest 2 weeks for 3 sisters to go somewhere and chill out. What I heard on this program all this morning now is that my friend Cam loves her husband. She must have fell in love with this man real hard. So she got fall out of love with him if on the water to move on. Give her time to fall out of love. Come out of that. That it's as simple as that. Cam loves her husband.
Charlene, how many red flags does a person need?
I know you asked my poor one. Don't ask me. Don't ask me nothing about them things. I am telling you what I know. My girl is in love with her husband. Give her time. If I had a Cameron switch and I was a little younger, I would take a Cameron switch to his behind. But you give my friend time to fall out of love with her husband.
Listen to
and
me.
Like I said, if I had some money,
forget about love and falling in and out of love. We need to learn as Caymanians to fall out of stupidity in chaos.
But is that working for us? Is that let me be more concise? Is that working for you? It's not working. So give her a little time. Give her time, and God give her time.
I don't know how much time people need, but anyway.
That's you, and we talking about somebody else. That's you. That's your strength. She might have been strong until the day before she met him.
I understand that although Damien wouldn't say it, I understand that she's been arrested, I guess, on suspicion of wounding. Okay, it wasn't GBH. That makes sense.
Okay.
What a mess.
Yeah, what a mess. But you give her time, and like I said, I heard much love this morning between 3 whole sisters, 1 mother, 1 father. I had much love on the air, as much as everybody mumbling and strong personalities going on. But I heard much love this morning. If I had money, I don't know how to be going away and spending time and talking just like this. A lot of chatter needs to go on. And I'm going to give my girl time. I'm going to give her time. I'm going to give her time. That's her husband. And the legal situation makes a relationship a little deeper than if we were girlfriend and boyfriend living together as, common law and all that. There's a little attachment there. Give her time. Give her time. Time. Try to behave yourself. I'm going too bad.
All right, caller. Appreciate the call.
Okay, right.
Thanks very much. What a hot mess. Okay. Well, I don't know. Someone's asking, what does Angela look like? Here's a picture of Angela. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. It's not my business. And am I on?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
My intake in that, it's not my business.
Yeah.
I'm not telling people what to do. But if I were Carmelie, they say a leopard don't change his stripes. That's typical behavior in because I've known of plenty of situations, whatever, and I would just give him a ticket. That's all, because it ain't gonna change, and they ain't gonna tell the truth. They're gonna find every excuse in the book, and it don't work. Like you tell her losing her life, or I don't care how sweet, whatever is, and then I got own up to the truth. And I was listening to it. It do sound like no friendship. It is more than that. So I would give him the ticket.
Yeah. I mean, the question is this. If, when you're in a relationship, folks, thanks to that caller, when you're in a relationship with someone and they have a friend, whether the friend was there before you, after you, whatever the situation is, and there is some kind of turmoil between you and the friend, what do you expect your spouse to do? That's actually a very legitimate question. If your spouse is serious about your relationship and say that that relationship with another person makes your friend uncomfortable for whatever reason, even if it's just in their head, is it not your husband or wife's responsibility to have a conversation with you and be willing to put that relationship aside for the sake of your marriage? If Leo wasn't ever willing to give up Angela as a friend, yeah, he should have never married Carmelie. Because she claimed they've been dating since, when did she say, 2017? He should know Carmelie by now. And if he didn't know her by the time 2019 or whatever it was that they got married rolled around, I feel sorry for him. And if you know what, listen, he doesn't have to give up Angela as a friend, whatever that relationship, whatever the dynamics of that relationship are. But you can't have your cake and eat it too, is my point.
That's right.
Caller, good morning.
Hello? Yeah,
Morning.
I started to call back, but one little thing I forget to say.
Yes. Go ahead. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, go
sorry to call back, but this is what I say, right? Yes. If you love your wife and it not nothing, yes, you can give up. And I was told by a Jamaican guy, he has his wife and we know that he has 2 or 3 women, and he told me that the biggest problem, he told this to me out of his own mouth, because he was trying to make pass at somebody that was with me one day, and I said, you try to go behave yourself, you got your wife and you got, I don't know how many concubines. He said the biggest problem with a Jamaican man is their tail. That's the big, and I was told that from a big man. Yes, and I know, like I tell you, I know plenty of one. They cannot just have one woman. They are, the ones that got them, that got one, is very lucky. That's the big problem with them, which not saying them because there's other nations too, but they are known, I think, more. I don't hardly know one that got wife and don't have a second, be it piece on the side or whatever. So it's not going to change. So
the problem too, Jim says it's not just Jamaican men, but I think in this jurisdiction anyway.
Well, I just said it, not only them, but they're more known than other nations.
Yeah, they're prolific for it. I mean, look at Everton and the reality TV show.
And he is a Jamaican born. He said that's the biggest problem with a Jamaican man is his private. So what I'm telling you,
Johan says every man wants this type of friend to help with the stress of life. So he's saying that's every man.
No. If you true and you claim you love somebody, why? Because like my husband had tell him in the car him to Pink Pussycat one time, and that's beyond the point. That's beyond the point. When they carry my husband to the Pink Pussycat in Miami, that the girls come dancing out in front of him with garden, whatever he tell them, walk on, get on the money, walk for when my wife got the same thing on the go. And like I say, some as a woman, you know what we have is ugly. Some may be little wider, little whatever, but what? Maybe hush because I can't say what I want to say on talk. So that's that's no excuse. Okay. They're just a whore, a nasty or a whore and can't help themselves.
Okay, my dear.
I hate that.
Thanks.
And before, yes, it works killing them sometimes, but it do make sense for you to get. And that's the one thing in life that I detest, a whoremongering man.
All right, my dear. Let's leave it there.
I had my husband for 50 years, and neither other man know nothing about me. 50 years, and we're not that old. When you make that wall, it's one man.
All right, my dear. Appreciate it. Ay. What a hot mess. Poll question today. Do you give up a friend for your spouse? If your husband said to you, Jess says, I agree with you, caller. Sounds like more than meets the eye. Carmelie, let the police now deal with it. Damien, all of you listening to the program this morning, you have a wife or a husband, and there's a friend that you want them to cut off for whatever reason. It could even be a same-sex friend that, goes out drinking too much with the husband or whatever. And you say to your husband, I don't like this company for you. I don't like this person for you. Would you give up that person? No matter who it is? Vicky says, hell yeah, I'm going to give it up. Husband first, that relationship first. Let's look at some WhatsApp comments, and then we've got an update on one of the robberies. This person says, Jesus Christ, WTF is it that I'm hearing this morning? No class. The term is fellatio, Lord. It looks like a taco. That's how we know God designed it to be eaten. Somebody says Miss Selma is an entanglement with a yardie. What? As well. Oh, Lord. Saying she got a special friend named Billy Ray. Now y'all need to behave. Morning. Would like to talk to you about what I'm launching. Oh, sorry. That's a business message. Sorry. Lord Jesus. This person says tenderizer. You tenderize the conch pounder. Man, Damien surprised me. He speaks so eloquently. Wow, rather intelligent guy. This whole story is a big mess and a national disgrace. What a hot mess. It sure is. So Angela has been charged with wounding. What a mess. This person says, what a drama. He obviously loves it more than his wife. If not, he would limit the friendship with Angela. Another person says, this is one hot mess. This sounds like Jerry Springer and Family Feud mixed up together. Don't argue with her. This is what the enemy wants. This is so sad. Which enemy? We're our own enemies. Y'all need to look inside. Another person says, Leo, the husband, is a user. Now you're getting the truth about it. There's the truth. I believe every word that Susan is saying. Honeymoon too, and can't pay their rent. Well, it can't pop down anymore than where it is now. OMG. Another story begins. Oh boy. Pandora's box, says this person, flung wide open this morning. Every skeleton escaped. This person says, good morning. Please don't call my name. She's a big liar, referring to Carmelie. Remember, she's living right behind me. I know the whole story. Why she leave home before 5 to go buy Insure? Big liar. That's true, because Progressives doesn't open at 5 o'clock in the morning. She planned this from Monday to go at this girl. Then yesterday, she was going to revoke his papers. So why she want him now? Melrose not in need of anything. Her son gets what she needs. She too lie. Try tell your sister to shut up. I know everything. Why leave home before 5? She was going at that girl. Susan is correct. Susan is so correct. That's why she went at the girl. She told the helper, looking at Melrose, exactly what Susan said. Darn liar. Couple months ago, early morning, they had big argument and she run him. Was gone for about a week and she dragged him back. All the business coming out here today. This one says, what a damn fool. Lord have mercy. She not going to leave him. She will have to take what she get. No, sir. Next person said, what kind of blah God I hear going on? You carrying on with this morning? I had to do that one in my best Cayman voice because I can hear this Wesleyan now, you know. What kind of blah God I hear you going on with this morning? I ain't even listening, but people messaging me, child. What going on? No, sir. OMG. I like how you and Susan put her in check. What a mess. This one says, Lord, this is where it's at. But she says hi to them if they ship out how she sees them. So the other woman came in. Leo is a lover. This man messing with her salvation and peace. So she need to drop him. Well, you can't have salvation and peace when you're going on like this, to be honest. One more person says, Carmelie is very ignorant. Do not let her upset you and get you off track. Honestly, I did not realize Carmelie was so dumb. She is part of the problem. Not learned a damn thing from you. Very sad. The whole mess is degrading. I hope you keep Gigi away from these people. Oh, you're not gonna worry about that, honey, child. You better believe that. Sister, no sister, that not happening. Jamaican men must be laughing at how stupid and desperate Cayman women are. God help Cayman. The worst part is the men they pick up are ugly AF. This person says Carmelie's in denial. She is too old for this. I have to go. I have a meeting. I'll definitely have to rewatch. I appreciate you so much. Speak your truth. Totally impartial. For Jesus. The messages. Oh my gosh. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
Hi, Sandra. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm doing great, actually.
That's good.
This is one of the owners of my Panda store in town.
Oh yes. Thank you for calling.
So I just want to thank you for posting that video and for everybody who responded. Good news is that apparently they got the guy.
Beautiful.
In custody. So
wonderful.
I'm really happy about that.
So let's just in case people don't know what happened, let's just back up here and give them an update. So you own a convenience store in town, you and your wife?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yesterday morning, you went to open up your shop and you were shocked?
Basically, we went to open the shop. We saw the window busted open. And the shop was actually wide open, including the door. So thank God nobody else went in there during that time to take anything else. But yeah, that's what we were faced with that morning. It's crazy.
So this person, it was just one person or two people?
It was one person, as far as I see him.
So he busted out the front door of your little convenience and liquor store, went inside. Yeah. What did he steal? What did he get away with?
A lot of stuff.
Oh, wow.
He got mostly alcohol, and cigarettes. He took my cash register. I don't know why, because it had no money in there, but anyway. And he got that. He got, I think, some vapes, but yeah, mostly alcohol.
Wow.
But I just thank God that he really didn't destroy the store in a sense inside. When we look on the camera, he was actually he had a lighter by the alcohol, to see what was there, and thank God nothing caught on fire, So that was a blessing that nothing got destroyed like that. And
we were calling him the Buttcracker robber because he bent over and we could see the crack. So do we know anything about who this guy is? He's Caymanian?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well,
I haven't gone to the police at the moment. I still need to give a lot of things and talk to the police.
What did he break the glass with? Could you see from your camera footage what he broke the glass with?
As far as I've seen, it was a sledgehammer.
A sledgehammer. Wow.
Yeah, it was like a small sledgehammer.
Yeah. So he was out looking for trouble then.
He was, and I guess my store was the target.
Yeah.
When one of my next door neighbors, the stores down the road there, they actually saw him cross their store around 5:07 in the morning, and then
he went into your place after 6. I mean, the thing about it, he seems very brave.
Actually, if you look at my camera, it's actually an hour ahead because it's American.
Oh, so this was like 5 something in the morning. Okay, I was wondering. I'm like, after 6 o'clock, people out and about in town. I was a bit surprised that he waited so long. So it was actually an hour before.
Yeah, it was an hour before.
Okay.
The time on the camera is actually an hour ahead, which is I can't get it changed. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's very hard. But yeah, it was like 5:30, 5-ish in the morning.
Wow.
when this happened.
Mhm.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, thank God when he left the store that he left it wide open, that nobody else went in there
Yes,
taking the thing. You know,
of course.
so
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
it's just sad that Cayman's coming to this now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very.
We work so hard to build our little businesses, and
Yeah.
people like him just come and just wreck everything, and it's crazy. Why? I mean, he looks like a very strong guy, so why you just can't go get a job? If he can break a door with a sledgehammer, just go find a construction job or something. Do something positive with your life and not negative.
Yeah, most of these people don't want a job. That's the problem. Kyle, a lot of people asking, where's your little shop? So let's give you a little promo this morning. Where can people find you?
I'm actually located on 4th Street, right next to the House of Parliament. It's Jack and Jill Building, number 19 4th Street, number 5 unit.
Go support Kyle and his wife, folks. Little convenient store, liquor store. They got snacks and all kind of stuff in there. Stop by and say hello.
I really appreciate that, Sandra, and thank you again for posting it, because it did help. But as I understand, what really caught him was his handprint was on the ground. So,
good. Sounds like he's been arrested before. Then he's already in the system.
Yeah, apparently so.
Wow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Kyle. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Just to
Yeah,
move on
it's tough though to be a small business owner having to deal with this kind of drama and this kind of stress.
I know, right? Like, I seriously, they don't even understand how hard we work just to build this kind of thing. Especially here in Cayman, where it's so expensive. It's crazy. Just that door alone cost me about $600 just for that little print off thing that you see on the door. And now you just destroy the whole thing and can't get that back.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sandra, thank you again for
Appreciate it. All right, my dear. Have a good one.
All right. Have a nice day, okay?
Thanks. You too.
Bye-bye.
Well, folks, at least we've got one off the streets. So that's one less criminal for now. I'm sure he's out on bail. So, it's always the 5% of the population that's out there committing 99% of the crime. And it's really, really hard. Lizette says Kyle is a nice guy, hardworking. Caymanians, we try to start up little businesses, and it's our own Caymanians who are out there destroying our businesses, which is very, very sad. So I think Damien had a question. May I ask Kyle, does he have any Caymanians working for him? Kyle says, yes, me. He works in the shop. I think it's just him and his wife, actually. Sometimes you can't even afford to get anybody else to help. You got to do it yourself. So sad. All right, folks, 10:08 in the morning. Let me see what other messages are coming in today. This person says, please don't call me by name, but my ex-husband was from Jamaica and because I asked his phone and his baby mama asked who I was, and by telling her I was his wife, he went off and beat me when I was 3 months pregnant with my son. I left the marriage that day and have not looked back. This is good, and there's good and bad everywhere, but the Jamaican men do talk sweet until you marry them. Wow. So sad. You can imagine beating a pregnant woman, you're cheating on her, and then when she asks you who you're talking to, you beat her. Okay. Morning caller.
Hi, good morning. Sandy Dexter here.
Morning, Mr. Dexter. How are you?
When they took corporal punishment out of our laws to please the Human Rights International or wherever it is, everything went to hell here in Cayman. You can put these guys, some of these guys got a rap sheet as long as your arm, and they don't care who it hurts. They're going to just keep repeating, you can send them to any rehabilitation center, and it does not make any difference. But if you are keen, you know that about every 2 or 3 months for committing a felony sexual crimes against children, against women, against anyone, breaking in, robberies and stuff, it's not going to get any better. But if they know that they're going to be caned every 2 or 3 months for the duration of their time in that prison, people might, I got thick skin, so people, I don't care what people are saying about me.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to get bashed for this, but this human rights, everybody has a human rights, but live the way you should.
Mm-hmm.
And then why go to prison and want your human rights? You should have thought about that before you went to prison. And until they put back corporal punishment in our system, it's not going to get any better. You can hang somebody, but these criminals, hardened criminals, they don't care about executing somebody. But if you know that they're going to be put out in the courtyard with their pants down and over a barrel in the presence of all the other, send a message. If that's what it takes, I don't believe in abusing anyone, but this is what it takes to get results and bring this island back the way it was Sunday.
Thank you so much, caller.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it. Hard labor. There's a prison in Nicaragua that just opened up. Did you guys hear about this? We can talk about it in a minute. Somebody said, don't forget the overseas guy. We got a few more minutes, so let's get this conversation going. There should have just been, I should just call this show Mix Up Thursday because, here we go. All right. The show will be ending at 10:30 for our radio listeners. We will continue if this goes over because it looked like it's another long mix-up story. We'll continue on social media. So for our radio listeners, if you wish to continue to hear this story that we're about to hear, please, by all means, jump on the Facebook or YouTube stream. All right, sir, let's get it. Ready for him to come on now. All right. Stand by. What a mess. Wayne says Mix Up Thursday. Siobhan says you need 2 shows. Oh, Lord, no. Ninang Ramos says thank you for your show, Sandra. You're welcome. Miss Dean is here. Ay. All right. This person says just a proper idiot for man and disgraceful. Sandy, how are some of us women so damn desperate? She's saying all of them come in, all sugar in the world, and the men change. What does that tell you about her? Tell her self-love is the greatest love after love of God. Sandy, today's show beats Jerry Springer's show. Wow. All right, we have another guest on the line. Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, so where shall we begin with your story now?
It's just complicated. I'm just kind of venting right now.
Yeah, these things are always complicated, it seems, on the one hand. So you reached out to us saying that you you're overseas and you want to expose someone who you say is a cheating spouse. My first question to you is what's your connection to the cheating spouse? Because you're not the spouse and you're not the person that they're cheating with. Is that correct?
No.
So I guess the real question is, why do you care if somebody else is cheating?
No, I'm actually involved with my baby mother.
Oh, so your baby mother is who they're cheating with?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay, I wasn't quite getting that from what you were writing. So your baby mother, are you still in a relationship with your baby mother?
No, we break up. We cannot be in a relationship anymore. That's crazy.
Yeah, so you're no longer in a relationship with her.
No.
So you want her to get out of this situation though? Is that what's going on here?
I just don't want she pass it down to my daughter. I don't know who she get it from, but I just don't want to pass down that curse to my daughter. That you're saying.
Okay, so you don't want your daughter to see her cheating.
No, I don't want to see my daughter see she dating a married man. That's the problem.
Oh, I see. How old is your child?
She gonna be 4.
She's gonna be 4. Ay. All right. So how do you know that she's cheating with somebody else or this man? How do you know what's going on?
Questionnaire for years. I just moved over to the UK and I'm sick of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just want the wife to know. I know the wife myself, and I know the wife personally.
Mm-hmm.
I know she fair skin. I don't know if
So
she white. I don't know if she white.
These people are living in Cayman that you say this triangle is going on with. Your wife is in the Cayman Islands or your baby mother?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you say that your motive is you don't want your 4-year-old daughter to be knowing that her mother is in a relationship with a married man. But you do realize that if your ex is this type of person, that she might break up with this man. Like maybe his wife finds out about it and they break up. But she'll probably just find herself another married man. That's not necessarily going to stop her.
My concern right now is just the wife to find out what's actually going on. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Until I can have a chance back in my daughter's life. That's it.
Okay. So you're saying that she has confessed to you that she's having a relationship with this man?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. And how long has this relationship been going on for?
3.5 years now.
3.5 years?
Yep.
Wow, and your daughter's only 4?
Yep.
You sure your daughter for you?
Yes,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you know it's 3.5 years that it's been going on, it might have been going on a little bit before that.
It been from 2021, she claimed.
Uh-huh.
But when I check it up, it's like it's 2023 and a half now. So it have to be like 21, 22, 23.
Do you have some background noise? We have some listeners saying that they're
yes. I'm sorry. We can get up.
Yeah, so maybe try to look at that for me.
Yep.
Okay. So it's been going on for a number of years, and she's not seeing anybody else. So this is her exclusive boyfriend.
Yes, that's her exclusive. They're very exclusive right now.
They're very exclusive.
And I just want the wife to know right now. That's what's been going on.
Are you sure that the wife doesn't know? Because it appears to me that
no. If the wife didn't know, if the wife didn't know, I wouldn't care about it right now. But the wife don't know. That's the problem.
So you're pretty sure the wife doesn't know?
No.
Okay. And so you said that your ex has confessed to you basically that this relationship is going on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the picture that you sent with who you say is this man and the woman in that picture is your ex with the curly hair?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what is your ex's name?
Ashley Smith.
Ashley Smith. She's a Caymanian?
Yes.
Okay. And then you say she's in a relationship with a man. Do you know how they met or anything like that?
It was her ex before. That means that she know exactly. She cannot show that she cannot use a card, but she didn't know. It was her ex before, so she cannot use a card. So I tell her that card is debunked. You cannot use a card. I'm sorry. You have to find another excuse.
Oh, so they dated before.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So she just went back to what she was familiar with.
Exactly.
Okay. And who is he then? Are you sure
Bruce
I'm
Lee.
just not telling you this to?
No. He's Bruce. I know him real good. I know them.
You know him really good.
Carlson. Yes, I know them. I'm a street guy. I live on the street.
Oh wow. Okay. And who? I mean, you don't necessarily have to name his wife, but I mean, she's.
I don't know his wife, but I know
You
his
don't know
wife is fair skin. I don't know if he's Spanish. I don't know if he's white, but I know she's fair skin, thin.
Sure.
I saw her before.
Maybe she's just looking to get papers then. If she's not even Caymanian, she mightn't care. What are you doing?
No. I think she Caymanian or she mixed it Caymanian or she's Spanish or she's white. Either one, but she's very very fair skin.
Wow. Somebody says maybe you're jealous of your ex.
They can call it anything they want to call it, insecure or whatever they want to call it. This is no excuse for cheating with a married man. They can't come with no excuse in the world. There's none. They can look down, they can look up. I don't care what they want to look. There's no excuse to be cheating with a married man. There's 7.8 billion people in the world. You can find a single man to cheat to be with. No come pass down a curse to my daughter. They can come with all the local shan where they want to come with to make some, I don't know.
Yeah, speak into the microphone a little bit, because we're kind of going out there. But you're saying that you don't care about what people think about that part of it. You just don't want your daughter to grow up thinking that this is normal. Is it possible that you might have just had a child with a woman who don't really care about these things? And so
exactly. And I don't know if she gets it from her great grand house come down. I don't want to disrespect the whole family. But I just definitely don't want she pass it on to my daughter.
I mean, you might not be able to help that. I mean, I don't know, unless you take custody of the child yourself.
Yeah, I just want Bruce Lee's wife. If she want any more information or confirm information, I can give her all the information. She can just contact you, and I give you all the information to give to her.
So you're saying you got the receipts, you got proof, positive evidence.
I have proof, I have receipt of everything to pass on to her.
Wow, what a hot mess. What if you find out that the wife doesn't care and that this relationship continues?
I don't really care either. I don't care. I check out already. So I just want the wife to know that exactly what's going on. And that's it.
But you said your concern is your daughter. But if the relationship continues, then your daughter would still be in this situation.
No, but actually, her dad, she have a real dad who's going to tell her the truth. Why the relationship, why the family breakup. Because I'm not going to hide it and tell him I'm be the nice guy, the bigger person. I'm not going to be a bigger person because I'm not dealing with a child right now. I will make my daughter know the truth. This is what actually went on. This is what break up our family. This is what I show her step by step.
So at some point, you're going to talk to your daughter about this.
Yes. Have to. I'm going to tell her the truth.
She's only 4 years old. So, I mean, my God. The child growing up in a messy situation.
Exactly. And she create that mess and pretend like it's okay.
What a mess. Oh, it's very sad. We hear
very
about
sad.
personal sad relationships. Are you planning to come back to Cayman, or you said you recently?
I just leave from there. I just came up a few nearly 30 days ago.
Oh, so you moved to the UK permanently, or what are you doing?
I permanently have a big son over here. He's gonna finish high school next year. I was planning to come back home for good next year.
Oh, okay.
But change of heart and change of mind and everything is just ruined right now.
Yeah. All right. You're obviously a Jamaican man, so it's not often, to be honest, that we hear Jamaican men saying that they're the ones who are wronged in the cheating department. Normally, they're the ones doing the cheating.
Exactly. No, but the mom tried to show a card. I tried to cut you, but she didn't know what I'm doing over there, so she make sure she's doing over there. I laugh like, yo, how stupid is that? You don't show somebody dead, but you try to run him over again. That makes sense? Oh, that's not gonna fly with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow.
They're trying to commit some. They're trying to wind them way out, but you're not gonna wind your way out with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Or she's gonna call it just me system if you come harass me because they defend the wrong. Most start like, you're joking. Are you joking? I said, look, I will tell the judge, as long as I'm talking the truth, tell her to dash her the key. I don't care.
My goodness. What a mess.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Roberta says you're being salty. He the same one who can't take care of his child. Is there any issues with you taking care of the child?
Oh, that's a problem. Oh, that's her mom talking, Guess what? I have 2 kids, you see. I don't ask anyone to pat me on my back for being a father. Get what you're saying? These mothers nowadays, they want somebody to come and pat them on the back. I pay my daughter school fee once a year. She want me to send money for them, can have money if you can sport and do whatever they want to do. No. I said, look here, I have my son taking care at this moment. When he finish high school, I can take care of my daughter fully. If you cannot take care of her, then I can give her to me and I do it fully. I don't need your help because you claim you're strong and independent. I don't need your help. How is your mother texting you right now? I said, I don't need no woman help on this planet. I said, I can take care of my daughter by myself because I've been doing it for 15 years. No help. Don't look for a mother to come and pat me on the back. You understand? Because it's my job, right? I said, look, she reckon way more than me, like around 3,000 women. So look, I can take off the burden.
No, speak a little bit. You're speaking a little bit fast. and then I need you to speak into the phone. So just slow it down a little bit and speak up so we can hear you.
Yes. Yes. That's where they excuse them trying to come up with, you know. This don't have nothing to do with my daughter and her school fee or whatever. They're trying to look some way out. They're trying their best to look some way out, you know. Instead of take accountability for their action, they're trying to look some way out, you know, or some sympathy. They need to go away in Tortuga to get some patty.
They need to go to Tortuga to get patty.
Exactly, because they're trying to look some sympathy.
Oh. Okay. Wow. So somebody's asking, did this Bruce Lee guy, did he chop his way into your relationship? Is that why the two of you broke up?
After, that's 100%. Yeah, that's the fact. I just want his wife to know.
Yeah. So
I
maybe
tell her
it's possible you're still upset that.
Yeah, she's so narcissistic. You see, she don't want to give a closure to this thing. I could have finished long time, you know. She could have finished quietly without no one knows. But narcissistic person do not give closure. So I'm gonna tell her, look, I'm gonna go to the end of the earth for the wife to know that this is exactly what's going on. I'm sorry. This is what's gonna happen. I give her the chance. I give her time to go and confront to the wife. She didn't want to. Get what you're saying?
Wow. What a mess. Were you ever married to your child's mother? Or the two you were
Never
just...
again. She showed that sting away. You know that's it's over. It's over. It's done.
Wow. What a hot mess. All right. Well, we wish you and Ashley and all the other parties involved in this good luck. I mean, I guess probably not much positive is going to come from her being with a married man.
Only curse. They wouldn't pass down. They don't pass on land. They don't pass on house. Only curse.
Wow. That's an interesting way to see it for sure. All right, my dear. Well,
just let me know when the wife confirmed that she knew that's what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if the wife is going to reach out to us or not, but you know, I guess if she does, we'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
All right, my love.
All right, bye.
Jerian, have a good one, dear. Jerian says, me need a patty right now, beef and cheese. My goodness. I feel like we need something stronger than a patty this morning. The patty shop mightn't be able to hold us, although if we go Tortuga, the patty shop and the liquor shop all in one. Big shout out to Island Taste. Folks, go by and support them. They have a fantastic lunch menu today. Woo, sir. Let me see what I'm feeling for lunch. Let me look at their Thursday menu. Y'all might need some of this good home cooking after today's show. All right, so we have escovitch fish, Honduran lobster, salt beef and beans, stewed chicken, jerk chicken, fried chicken, and some nice beef soup. Wow, after today's mix-up, I think the salt beef and beans probably sounds about the right dish to go with the mix-up situations. Sophia says we need some vodka. Can we pour that in the salt beef and beans? I don't know, honey child. Damien says just trying to uphold morals and principles. Something many don't know about these days. No, man. Wayne says, Sandy, that sounds like a plan. Vicky, I need chicken and beef and a beer soon lunchtime. Akina, good morning. Says, is he looking custody of his daughter and he's using this on X? Well, he's saying that he just doesn't want his daughter exposed to this. And like I said, I don't know how well that plan is going to work out because quite honestly, if you're into married men, you're into married men, whether it's married man behind door number 1 or door number 2, it hardly matters. Yes, Jim says he's going to get some good salt beef and beans. Go by Island Taste. They'll hook you up. Tell them all Road said you're coming to get some nice Caribbean food with all the sauce you were served today, honey chill. What a morning. Dean is for it. Says, yes, salt beef and beans for me. Yeah, doesn't that sound good? Plus a cup of beef soup. All right. Yasmin says, be a man and move on. It sounds like you are a problem. Hot mess. Monica, She says she feels like we should be saying, instead of saying Jerry, Jerry, we should be saying Sunday, Sunday. What a hot mess. I got to get somebody to record that for me, Monica. We can work on it. Hi, Marshall, salt beef and beans. Jim, thanks for the love and support. Sion says, seems he really in love with her. My gosh. Lizette says, yes, I'm here for the salt beef and beans mix up today. What a ting. Natasha has a different take on it. She says, sorry, but if you're screwing with another man's husband, you really can't get upset if they harass you, although the wife should just leave always. Let's remember it's the man that's cheating. Amen and hallelujah. There you go, honey child. So Leo is in some trouble, according to Carmelie. She's already over at Immigration, WORC, meeting with the board people this morning. Enforcement is going to go and pick up Leo, bring him in. We're waiting for that route at the moment. Please tell them to stop calling me. I'm making statements. I don't know who calling Carmelie this morning, but she said, y'all must stop calling her because she's making some statements. Because this will be Jamaican number 20 that she's going to get rid of from Cayman. Okay, let me give you all a bit of advice, honey child. All right, we're not going to paint too wide of a brush, but do Jamaican men love more than one woman? As a general statement, yes. It's hard to find a Jamaican man that you really can believe is going to be faithful. I'm sorry. It's the culture. And most of them don't see nothing wrong with it. So y'all ready for the finalization? A dose of the cold hard truth? Most of them see nothing wrong with it. And so they are going to do it. Now, you as the spouse, whether man or woman, you need to set your standards. Okay? And if your standards are that you do not want a man or woman who is going to be cheating on you and putting you in all kind of a situation, well, you need to let your prospective spouses know. You cheat on me, that's it. That's over. I'm not chasing the woman down in the street to get stabbed up 7 times. I can't even believe the foolishness that I'm hearing. You understand? Oh my God. It's just unbelievable. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. It's just too much. We have got to do better and expect better of ourselves. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
Not too bad, honey child. How are you?
Is this Sandra?
Yes, ma'am, it's me.
On CMR?
Yes, honey child. You're live and direct right now.
Okay, Sandra, I'm not calling about man. That's a problem. Hey, I don't want any. Not me.
Lord have mercy.
I don't want any. What I'm really calling about, last night I got a call from Nicole, the lady that works with Nicole.
I don't know who
that
Nicole
wallet,
is. Who's Nicole?
My daughter, my daughter Nicole. That wallet that is lost. It belongs to Denise Tipner. That is her helper. How do we locate you to get that wallet?
Okay, just WhatsApp me 324-1612, and then we can track down the message of the person who has it.
Okay, let me get a pen there, Sandra, and write that down. I don't have my WhatsApp. That went down in Panama. I don't know.
Okay.
That's not the fixer. So I have my other phone. Give me the person's number.
No, just message me on my other number, 324-1612.
324-1612.
Yeah, we'll have to find the message of who has it.
Okay.
All
okay
right.
then.
No
Thank you.
problem. Okay, dear.
Yeah.
All right,
ma'am.
good.
That's all I'm calling
Yes,
about.
ma'am.
Thank you very much.
All right, darling.
But it's a good topic. Canadian women should learn.
Mm-hmm. They seem
because
like
some of us do marry women and just for marriage of convenience, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They do it, and after they get their 6 or 7 years, they get fiery. But you should find that out before that status passport.
Yes. And the thing
they should try to
oh gosh, Miss Reba, we can learn. We can learn. Trust me. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
Okay, then. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Here's the thing, right? I don't care whether it's 3 marriages, 4 marriages, 5 marriages, boyfriend number 20. All of them have been Jamaican and they're all doing the same thing. At some point, you have to recognize that the sweetness, you're talking about how they come so sweet, it's sweet, it's sweet. The sweetness not working for you. Okay? Put that aside. That is superficial. A person can be as sweet as they want, all the sweet words, the sweet pee, the sweet this, the sweet that. And if they're bringing nothing but a bag of drama into your life, it is not worth it. Simple as that. If you don't mind sharing your man, then that's one thing. But if you're not in the man sharing business and you expect them to be loyal, I would encourage you to be very, very cautious with Jamaican men and men our business what them name. It could be Everton on the reality TV show, giving that fool woman money to other women. You know, him got a best buddy, right? It could be Leo, Leopold, Jonathan, men our business, Yada man. I don't care what he gonna call himself. Y'all need to have a little bit more sense and set your standards. Huh? Now, I can't help but think at some point, Carmelie needs to look at the woman in the mirror. It can't be that all these men, all these Jamaican men are really the problem. It has to be time for her, big up in her 50s, must be pushing 60 soon, to recognize that she is the problem, either in part, 75%, 60%, I don't know what percentage. But who keeps picking these partners but her? Nobody else not picking them for Ina. We not putting her in a no arranged marriage. See what Evelyn says, too much sugar, Keen, not good for you. Diabetes will kill you. Too much sugar will kill you. It's not the sweet words, folks. It's not the sweet vajayjay. It's not the sweet pee-pee. None of that don't matter. If somebody respects and treats you well outside of the sexual relations, outside of the kissy, this man don't respect you. If he's out in these streets, sleeping around with somebody who is close enough to you to be your cousin. Right? Let's be very, very clear. Now, if y'all okay with him having a side piece and you keep your mouth shut, you swallow your pride and everything else that he's bringing along with it, and you keep yourself out of drama. It's not worth it. It's not worth stalking people in the street, allegedly. It's not worth you going to the woman's house, trying to find her workplace, tracking him down, stopping him on the side of the street where he getting a BJ from other people or whatever their excuses this week. Remove yourself from these situations. Stop picking up these no good men and women. We have all been there to some extent. Not a one of us can say we haven't had a mix-up situation, maybe here and there. But if you're not learning from your situations and you're not doing no better, what sense does it make? You have to move past this stage in life. Leave this to the ones that are like in their 20s and still trying to figure it out. When you're pushing 60 or over, I dare say it is high time for you to know better and do better. There's no man, no woman, no pum-pum, no penis that is going to be worth your life in these streets. Somebody stabbing you up in the streets and you think Leo probably got small penis too. You think Leo is going to be worth it? Tell me. Like I said to Damien, ask your sister, what is it with Leo? What he got? Ain't that business if Leo got 20 inches and hung like a donkey? Or a stallion? That can't bring you comfort at night, and it certainly can't bring you peace of mind, and it certainly cannot bring you safety. This man is now putting your life at jeopardy. You're putting your own life at jeopardy by trying to roll up on this woman. And it's high time the foolishness stops. If you have no self-pride, no self-love, try and think about other people out there who were impacted by your actions. And by other people, I'm thinking of your children. Carmely has 3, 4 children. This is an embarrassment to them, right? Every time you post on social media about this man and this one and that one and blah, 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 you're an embarrassment to your own children. You're not an embarrassment to me. Don't y'all be bringing the stories to me. It is sad. I look at it and I just have to shake my head. What am I going to do? Carmely is older than me and I can't control her. I can't do nothing with her, as you can see this morning. Right? I can't help her make better decisions. She claimed that this man is so good to her and he's taking care of her. Really? Are you sure? Because I believe none of that. He's not worth it. Sophia says, Ray Stallion. He come like that one I see shaking his dingling on talking about he's here for K-Mass. Did y'all see that video? I was like, but what the blood? What the that why y'all were getting all excited though? That why y'all was running up in K-Mass talking about, yes, me here, Stallion. Me here for it. Yes, Sandy. Show the man, show the stallion so we can see him on the line. See him here.
Expert, it's festival time. When they see our girls in the band, they're not even giving nobody a jam. They're saving everything for us.
Really?
I do, babe. She's saving all the wine for me, and she not giving nobody else. All the wine for me, and she not giving nobody else. Expert, it's festival time. When they see our girls.
Looking at his little parts, thinking, oh, that could be for me. It ain't worth it. Trust me, it really isn't worth it. Y'all, women know. It just really isn't worth it. Okay? Seriously. You can have the best sex in the world with somebody and you just don't mash otherwise. It's never worth it. I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all might not want to hear, but you're going to hear it this morning. There's nothing wrong with mediocre sex. When you're going to be at it with somebody for 20, 30 years, God knows after a while you get tired anyway. There's nothing wrong with sex that is good. It doesn't have to knock your socks off every day, night, and afternoon and whatever. It's the other things, how you got to live with the person. Those are the things that matter day in and day out. One of these days, that little oversized, what do you call it? Bang dangling thing there. Got to stop working. That jingo thing got to stop working. They got to go plop. And then what you going to do? They're not going to do you no good. Find someone that you can be compatible with in other ways that can help you build a future. You shouldn't be almost 60 years old and don't have a little 4x4 to call your own. And you've been effing with all these Jamaican men all these years, and not a one of them can say, oh yes, I put Camly in a house. She's good. She got a little house. She got a little car of her own. They're not bringing nothing of value to your table. You understand what I'm saying? Let's talk real shit now. We're not on the radio no more. Y'all pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Stop messing with these men and women who are just taking from you and pulling you down and have nothing to offer you. Niceness don't pay your CUC bill. Y'all hear me? It can't pay the water bill. It doesn't pay a mortgage. It doesn't put a roof over your head. Seriously. Get it together. Giving you a couple of dollars here and there, that what you gonna do what with? You're not doing nothing of value with it. Embarrassing you out in these streets where everybody dragging your name. Verlene says some of these women are dealing with unresolved trauma, which is why they keep making the same mistakes. Get therapy. I understand, Verlene. Absolutely. You keep talking about you going to a therapist. Find out what is wrong with you, why you keep choosing the same man over and over and over and over and over again. Let's be real here. I told y'all my father was a cheater. I'm not cutting no beef with nobody yet this morning. That's what he was. He was a married man that cheated with my mother and had 3 children out of wedlock with her while he got a wife at home. You believe, say, I'm going to give him right? And so it's very, very possible that all of us as his children have had our self-worth impacted by this. But at some point, you have got to change the narrative. You cannot continue your life in this way. Do better. Want better for yourself. Think better. Start making better choices. It's as simple as that. Of all the 3 million men in Jamaica, there must be one. Since you love your Jamaican, there's got to be one that you can find that not gonna be out in these streets cheating on you all the time and causing pure havoc. But if there isn't one, then you leave them alone. Sometimes you're better off by yourself. Get yourself a good dildo. I understand they come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, whatever. They have adult stores. I think you can bring them in for personal use in Cayman. You just can't bring them in bulk to be trying to sell them like that. But you can get 1 or 2. Customs not gonna mind if you bring one in for personal use. Help yourself, satisfy yourself sexually, and leave these no good men alone. Okay? Simple as that. I don't know what else to say on it. Oh God, Sion says, Sandy, all when some Jamaican man can't sex, they cheat. Poor them. What a mess. Ms. Renita says, true, Sandy, sex can't pay the bills. It's not worth it to fight over a man that has nothing to give you. Vicky says, oh yes, dildo, I'm all for it. Go buy yourself one. Sia says, you're speaking for yourself, Sandy, not for all women. There are women that will travel through hell to high water to give that guy a spin. Lord Jesus. What? I must bring Andine requesting a rose. I don't even know what the hell a rose is. But if it's a sex toy, no ma'am. I'm not shopping for no sex toys for nobody. That's a personal matter. You sort yourself out and buy it for your damn self. Anyway, folks, on that note, let's watch El Dingo one more time, flaunting it around. Apparently this man came for carnival. Somebody sent it to me. And he had all the women hot.
It's festival time. When they see our girls in the band, they're not even giving nobody a jam. They're saving everything for us. Adube, she's saving all the wine for me, and she not giving nobody else. All the wine for me, and she not giving nobody else.
You got your
but it's festival time. When they see our girls.
All right. On that note, folks, let's sit back and listen to George Jones, because this has definitely been an episode of The Cold Hard Truth. I couldn't think of a better song this morning. Tomorrow's Friday. Y'all try and behave until then. We actually have Home Gas coming on tomorrow. We're going to talk about that explosion. Don't y'all miss that show, okay? Until then, please be good, behave, kick back and listen to a little bit of country music. Why don't you?
You don't know who I am, but I know all about you. I've come to talk to you tonight about the things I've seen you do. I've come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth. There is a woman we both know. I think you know the one I mean. She gave her heart and soul to you. You gave her only broken dreams. You say you're not the one to blame for all the heartache she's been through. I say you're nothing but a liar. I'm the cold, hard truth. All your life, that's how it's been. Looking out for number one, taking more than you give, moving on when you're done. With her you could have had it all. A family and love to last. If you had any sense at all, you'd go and beg her to come back. That you're a real man, but you're nothing but a fool. The way you run away from love, the way you try to play it cool. I'm gonna say this just one time. Time is running out on you. You best remember me, my friend. I am the cold, hard truth. You best remember me, my friend. I am the cold, hard truth.